Hello, everybody. So, we're back. Sam will hopefully be with us shortly. I think they're having issues getting food. Um, but hello. Some announcements before we begin. Uh, Next week, we should still be having a regular session, depending on how many players are here, though, because I know some of them are going to, at least two of them are going to be gone. We'll probably still do the regular session, but if enough people are gone, well, maybe we'll do like a short little Halloween fun thing next week, because, next week's October 27th. I don't know. We'll find out. Kate has an Etsy store. You can find that in the Twitch chat and in the VOD. Yeah. So get your shopping in for that, because Kate keeps talking about getting your orders in before the holiday season gets real busy, and for independent shops like Kate, it happens right around now. Oh, excuse me. I was gonna say something else and I forgot. Codex Legendarium will be back this coming Sunday, hopefully. We took last Sunday off because of some difficulties and stuff. Yes. Also, the VOD for last week's session got cut off for some reason, even though I ended the session when we ended it. But Twitch decided to cut off the last 10 minutes, which is a common bug. So going forward, all sessions are going to be recorded on my PC as well, just to be safe. Because, Twitch sometimes sucks big old buttholes. What else? That is it, I believe. No announcements yet when the new Thursday thing's starting, because that stuff's still being figured out. Yeah. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a weird recap. Not really much of a recap. It was a lot of walking. Quoin healed people's disease. That was that was 2 sessions ago that happened. Yeah, Quoin found a road. The party followed said road. And, had a fun time. Lots of talking, basically. Found some stuff. Eventually arrived in the settlement of Rimehold and hung out at the bar. We're told not to sing to the fish that was mounted on the wall, and drank a lot. Not as much as some of the patrons, but drank a lot. Went to bed, and eventually got a job from the tavern owner to figure out what the fuck is up with my wine shipments. Yeah. Blueberry wine and lingonberry wine shipments. Party agreed to help with the reward of a weird spell scroll that Flitz could use and Flitz alone could use. And party made their way to the winery, discovered that the shipment was attacked by what seemed like griffins along the way, but the griffins had been long gone at that point, and killed the wagon driver. Decided to go tell the winery of the incident, and discovered the winery had been burned down and everyone inside had been killed as part of this possible plot with these unknown assailants. So the party returns to the tavern in Rimehold with 2 barrels of intact wine and explained the situation to the owner, who then, with sorrow, asked the party to leave so they could be alone with their thoughts, but not before giving Flitz the spell scroll as promised. And while that was happening, as the party left the cellar of the tavern, this is where it got cut off. Kenna met up with a familiar face in the tavern, a half-elf drug dealer that the party had encountered. Actually, I have that all written down, so it's not just going to be me rambling. Yes. Party returned to the bar room proper, and Kenna met a familiar figure, the elven drug dealer they met in the swamps of the continent's core 50 episodes ago, roughly, where they brought drugs, and as soon as they bought drugs and bought information, the drug dealer disappeared. And that was with Kenna and Dawn. Now, Kenna had bought more doses of a drug known as euphoric dust from this individual, and inquired about a more experimental drug, which the elf took to show that it was safe, which caused a variety of strange effects, including shooting lightning from his mouth, which killed a nearby onlooker in an alley out back. Kenna being the only witness. Kenna rushed to revive the dead villager with Revivify, and the dealer used this distraction to run off and disappear. And we're going to pick up the session, not there because Kate's not here, with Kenna coming back inside to the tavern then. and that's that.
Okay, back. Alright, so I suppose we just need to get a move on, yes? Get back on the road. Or
Yeah, are we gonna still stop by and check out the Sleds and Sleighs place? They did say the northern area of this region gets kind of more treacherous to traverse.
that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think, Quinn?
So, for context, last session, so Caleb kind of get something is in the loop. Last session, the party were told that if anyone is intending to traverse the northern tundra of this region, where it gets a little more treacherous and snowy, they recommended going to a place called Murtog's Sleighs and Sleds for transportation.
I think as long as we are going to go north, we will want to have perhaps a mode of conveyance. I am not necessarily worried about it for me personally, but I know that, it is good to always have the companionship of perhaps a noble steed, but also the meaty haunches of a being that can make your travel less treacherous.
And they did say it was polar bears. I think is what they use for beasts of burden. So,
All right, let's go. Hopefully, we should be fine. It should be fine for expenses, I think.
alrighty. So you can all easily find your way guided, pointed in the right directions, to a large shack made from smooth stacked stones. Like most of Rimehold are smooth stacked stones interwoven with bone, and held up by support beams made from large animal bones. A small stable is attached to the side of the shack, where large creatures can be heard moving about and letting out the occasional growl and roar, similar to that of a bear. A sign made from bone sticks out of the ground and reads, Murtog's Sleighs and Sleds.
Probably go over and knock. Bump, bump.
Come
Look around to see if there's
All right. All right.
boom.
Okay.
I'll go in.
The interior of... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, just Quoin is going in too.
Okay. Who's all going into Murtog's Sleighs and Sleds? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Split's gonna try to get a vibe check on these polar bears before we buy them.
Stable door's
That
locked.
could be it.
Yeah. No, Flitz is in a weird spot right now. Flitz is not used to failing, really. So this is the whole burn down, us not being able to do much for them, has kind of rocked him a little bit. So he's gonna kind of like wander about,
Okay.
in his own thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those of you that do...
Dax will go with them.
With Flitz or with...
With Druck and Quoin.
Okay. Cool. The interior is cozy, with numerous sleds and sleighs on display. Sleds are like the wooden sleds that they used in, like, the wooden sleds that you'd see back in, like, 1930s that kids would use, and just super dangerous, no steering at all. And sleighs that are very reminiscent of Santa's sleigh, in sort of design and shape, not with like bells and everything, just sort of design.
We're talking like a sled,
like a
sure.
big sleigh. They're propped up on spinning stone dias that slowly spin like you're in a car dealership. Each sleigh and sled is set with a plaque that says the price and details about it. And walking around the shop, you see a barrel-chested forest gnome with massive muscles, like almost to the point where they can't like turn their head, and a bushy, braided reddish-brown beard that wafts a scent of pine, with a very thick, curled mustache. Bald, wears a simple cloth shirt and brown overalls, and his arms are covered in thick carpets of arm hair. Welcome.
Hey.
Hello, we are here to check out your rigs, Murtog.
Okay. Well, follow me.
Cool.
And he guides you around. He points to a small personal-sized sled. Like I said, the wooden ones. These are called the Old Reliable. No cargo space. This is more recreational based. One will run you 200 gold. No cargo space, so it's just that. It's more for playing with and having a good time. Wanders over to another one. This one's called the Yeti. This is a large sleigh made from sturdy mammoth bone and hide. It can fit 5 medium-sized creatures and can hold up to 150 pounds of cargo and can only be pulled by a polar bear. Then wanders over to the next one. How many are in your group, actually?
I believe
6.
6.
Oh. Excellent. Then ignore the first 2, because they're not going to work for you.
They're not gonna work for ya.
And he goes over to the next one and says, this is called the Drake. It is a bigger sleigh made from mammoth bone and hide and is a double-decker, and it is a double-decker sleigh. It can fit 10 medium-sized creatures, 5 per deck, and can hold up to 500 pounds of cargo. It must be pulled by 2 polar bears. The final sleigh is the Mammoth. And he leads you over to a massive sleigh with 4 passenger decks and a large, comfortable seat for the driver. It is made from mammoth hide and bone. It can fit 20 medium creatures, 5 per deck, can hold up to 1,000 pounds of cargo, and can only be pulled by 3 polar bears.
You know, I'm imagining this thing as like one of those Humvee limos, but stacked on top of each other.
So, which one fits your interest? The Drake or the Mammoth? And then the Drake, he gestures to the one that's the double-decker, 1,000 gold pieces. The Mammoth, which is the 4-decker, is 2,000 gold pieces.
And this is this purchase is to own?
Yes,
This,
to own.
Hmm.
And they can fit in the chest. Yeah, the slaves would be able to fit in the chest. Also, they must be pulled by polar bears. Each polar bear is worth 2,000 gold apiece, and that includes the bit and bridle and enough dried seal meat for a month for 1 bear.
What about the one that only holds 5?
You said you have 6. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because we have other means of, like,
And why'd you come
we
here?
have other means of. No,
No, what he's I'm sorry, I do not mean to barge in here. Hey, how's it going? Quoin Harding. I wanted to say perhaps what my tall friend is trying to eloquate is that in addition to one of your fine vehicles, there are those of us in our specific group who sometimes on flights of fancy may want to travel via the air or perhaps turn into other animals that can burrow or maybe be separate. So I don't know that our needs necessarily need to satisfy a 10-seated
Oh, that's fair.
vehicle.
I do not
Yes.
recommend flying when you're in the north. The winds get up to 100 kilometers an hour, and things that fly don't fare too well up there.
Oof, thank you for that invaluable information.
The polar bears are generally one of the only creatures that can handle the northern reach as well, as can caribou. And that's about it.
Truck leans over and says, "Thank you, Quoin. I was struggling."
So you want the Yeti then?
I think that will serve our purposes, but I don't know. Kenna, you're the mouth.
Well,
I
if
am
you
new
were-
to this negotiation thing.
I am so sorry. If you would excuse us, we are a large group and there are a lot of people to converse
Right.
with before a group decision is made.
Well, feel free to come back.
Cool. Thank you so much, and you've been so helpful with your information.
So, Yeti, and this is in order of size: Yeti, Drake, and Mammoth.
Yep.
Mammoth, yes.
Okay.
Yeti's
That
400
is-
gold, Drake's 1,000, Mammoth is 2,000. A polar bear is required to pull the 3 big ones, and a polar bear is 2,000 gold a pop.
Cool. And like, while we can store the sled, we can't store a polar bear.
You cannot.
So it's
And
we
the
get-
it looks like you look at the sleds; they're specifically designed to be pulled by a specific animal.
Can I get on that?
I'm not. I'm not. If I was a Circle of the Moon druid, I would.
All right.
She's
I
not.
also don't really want to pull everyone around.
Yeah, I'm. Apologies. All right. So, I don't think we need Mammoth, but perhaps it's to Yeti and
Just to maybe see the forest as well as the trees, as one may say. We are looking at not just capacity, but also we are looking at price. Like simple price for the Yeti would seem just 1,000, but then you are not considering these polar bears and the space in which we would need. So the price is actually 5,000. Give me
Right.
1 second. This chilly weather is making me. Nope, thought I had to sneeze. I'm good. I'm cool, dude.
right. So I think it was the Yeti that was 400, and then the Drake that was 1,000.
Correct.
Yes, so that means that the total sticker price for the Yeti would be 2,400, which seems pretty doable as far as meaningful passage shared amongst 6 people.
Yeah.
It is 400 gold apiece. That is not bad.
Now that I think about it, if things go like before, it would be nice to have some space for other people in case we need to. Like
How many?
escort
How many?
someone.
I'm sorry. How many people can fit on the Yeti?
The Yeti's only 5. The Drake is 10.
But the size of the people. Remember that me and Quoin are also half of everyone's size.
And
Five-
me and Druck are about double, so it kind
5
of evens
medium.
out.
No, that would work. We could do 5 medium
Mhm.
and fit everybody.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought we were saying other people had to travel differently because of that.
But that said, it might be worth it. We don't know what we're going to come up against. It might be worth it to have that extra space in case we need to transport people with us. Or, we are an adventuring group. Hopefully, we would be there to, or be willing to transport people or rescue people from a bad situation.
Yes, that is true. Also, I certainly can summon a steed to maybe able to traverse or approximately traverse the inclement weather. So that would be there's something that we could possibly explore as well.
Full disclosure, I'm leaning towards the Drake. That wasn't obvious, but this is
I
a
think
group
with-
decision.
With Quoin's steed thing, you already make it look like an elk, right?
It is an actual, yes, a celestial elk.
Right. You could just shift the form around to make it be more caribou?
You know, I would have to pray on that. But I'd certainly.
Or maybe make it polar bear. That'd be fun.
Oh, again, another thing I would certainly have to pray on, and see if that is in the cards with the spirit that flows through me. But as I've always said, through Bahamut, all things are possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll, I'll have a tete-a-tete with Bahamut, and we'll see what things are possible as far as summoning steeds go.
Until then, I think it would be nice to add. I mean, it was nice having the Buell for a bit, and I will feel less bad about polar bear. They can usually fend for themselves. If the worst should happen and we are teleported somewhere without them.
All right, so I mean, if I'm being honest, I was thinking the Yeti, just because I feel like having two animals that we are responsible for, it was already hard enough keeping track of their Buell.
The Yeti only uses one, I thought, and the other one uses two.
Which is
the
why
the mammoth uses two.
Mammoth uses
the mammoth uses three.
Drake
The
uses
Drake uses
two. Yeti uses one.
Yes,
Oh, okay. I missed that. Thank you.
That is the reason I am leaning more towards the Yeti, especially since even if we still want to save room and someone feels comfortable on a celestial steed, I can summon the steed, they can ride it, and then Flitz and I, are both, we're totally cool, totally awesome, but we also don't need a lot of room. So.
Boy, I will say, on the off chance, we've had some, exhilarating fun while we've been on the trails before and traveling in carts and stuff. And if we have to fight someone, hi Sam.
Hello, I've totally been here the whole time. Oh hey!
Yeah, Sam, baby. It's good to see your face.
Hello.
General Kenobi. If we have
hello
to
there.
fight someone on the sled Quoin, having all of us able to fight on it, probably a better option.
Currently discussing what Sleigh to buy.
Yes.
Ah.
Oh, I see you were busy going over your spells. Really
That's
quick.
the wrong person.
Ricky cast spells now?
Ricky, that's his name. Oh my god, thank you.
Sorry. Cross.
Out of body experience.
Oh, Ricky, come join us. We were just talking about buying a sled.
Huh? Oh, okay. I was just kind of looking over here.
So there are, we've narrowed it down to two, just to keep it in focus. There's one called the Yeti and one called the Drake. The Yeti requires one polar bear, and the Drake requires two. The Yeti can hold 5 people. The Drake can hold 10.
Also important.
Medium.
Also important. The Yeti can hold up to 150 pounds of cargo. The Drake can hold up to 500 pounds of cargo. So if you need to offload some things, you can do that. Or if you
Could we stash people in the cargo
No,
bay?
that counts as creatures.
Okay. Oh,
So
we'll
we're
be
debating
okay.
between a compact SUV and a minivan, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the soccer mom model is what we should do.
I think the Drake will. I think I was convinced because if we end up fighting more things, though there are multiple animals, polar bears are a little bit more sturdy than a horse. That's my thought.
You okay over there, Ricky?
Yes. Yes, I am. Totally good.
Well,
What that? Oh, that's not a dog.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think
I thought it was your pet.
I
coming
think
up.
I think we should buy whatever is going to benefit us in the long run.
Are we
Yeah.
going to be taking sleds places for very long?
Actually, for
Well,
at
they
least
suggested it. They suggested it for the most of the northern region of this tundra.
Yeah.
based on how we've been going through this land so far, you might be here for about half month, so it might be beneficial to have something comfy.
So we need to double up on seal, depending. We need to get essentially 2. We need to double up on the amount of dried seal
Well,
for the.
They said when we buy a polar bear, it comes with enough for 1 polar bear for a month.
Yeah, but if we're going to
So-
be spending multiple months out here,
I
we're
don't
going
think
to
we'll
need.
be here for multiple months.
No. Like I said, we can probably get up to our location. Hopefully.
They have a
we can-
buyback program.
And they also said they recommend someone who the bears aren't bonded to anybody, so they recommend that someone bonds to the bears first.
Regardless, we're looking at 5,000 gold for the Drake.
Right? Correct, Justin?
2 polar bears for 4,000. The drake's 1,000.
I'll put my half on my share in, just whichever.
Yeah,
Nobody worry about it. I'll cover it this time. It's fine. 5,000 for me, and then no one else needs to worry.
that is very generous, but you know,
I'll be taking care of the polar bears.
The next thing that you wanted added to the house, just let me know. I'll cover that bill.
They did recommend someone with good animal handling be the ones to sort of bond with the polar bears.
Even better. Yay.
What's your animal handling?
+8.
Candace is +10.
I also have
Yeah, you can't.
reliable
Below 10,
talent,
yeah.
so I can't
Also,
roll
Flitz
below
can,
18.
Flitz can talk to them.
That's
No,
true.
I can only talk bees, small bees, small. So
Oh.
if it's a bear cub, point is mute. But
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I guess we'll figure out who does it then. All right, Druck, if you're so keen on it, go ahead.
Why don't y'all both do it, one for each?
All
right.
That's
But
if
I'll,
one ends up passing away. You know, we have.
But then we can't pull the sleigh.
It won't be mine.
Is there a way that we
I'm-
can like recommission to make the sled smaller? Anybody good with woodworking?
Well,
I am.
well, I mean, if
That's not
if,
gonna. That's not gonna happen.
I mean, if
Alright.
if push really comes to shove, I mean, Kenna could
I
always turn
already, I
into
already
a
said
polar
I'm
bear.
not pulling you all along.
Okay. Well, I mean, in an emergency, I don't know.
No, it's fine. 5,000.
Also, I don't think I have a high enough CR to turn into a polar bear.
Oh, that's right. They're like
Hey,
CR2,
Drake, let me come
aren't
with
they?
you.
Get fucked, Ricky.
Let me come with you, Dick.
Okay.
I missed you guys.
I'm realizing
Slaps
that the-
Ricky across the face.
Ah! I'm realizing
Welcome to the
tonight
club.
for some reason Ricky's voice is very much just Morty.
It's great. All right, so
Oh jeez.
So who's
oh
all-
jeez, guys.
so who's all going back to Murtaugh's Sleighs and Sleds to inquire about the fucking thing?
Let's will
Okay.
walk in.
Yeah.
I would usually leave it to Kenna, but she's not here at the moment.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You were helping my friends pick out a sled.
Of course. Yes.
Which one did we decide on?
The Drake.
Yes, the Drake. The one with the 2 polar bears, much larger, bigger carrying capacity.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
Question. We aren't planning on living here in this
Oh.
area for a long while. Would there be a way that we could return the bears to you if
Oh, of
they're in
course.
good condition?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have to return the sleigh as well.
Oh yeah.
They-
Well, what if something happens to the sleigh? Let's say something, but we have the bears still. I was just wondering if there's like a buyback thing, or do we have to bring the bears with us home, and then they'll be out of their element, and then it
Generally
would be
don't
really bad
do
for them.
buybacks.
So we just release them to the wild. Can we get a male and female at that point then?
Sure. Again, you're gonna have to bond them because they're not trained or anything. They generally require bonding. I'm bonded to all of them, but if you want to, take them away, you got to bond to them yourself.
Truck, Druk, you said you can do it, and we have our friend.
Just, I'm not held liable if they don't bond to you and they maul you in the pen. So,
Good to
once
know.
you step inside, I do lock the door just so they don't break out and cause mayhem.
Sounds good to me.
And please don't kill the bears if they attack you. Just sort of.
Get away.
Yeah, that's not in the cards.
Okay.
All right. Leads Kenna and Druk to the stables, to a side door, not outside. Unlocks like 6 padlocks. All right, run in as quick as you can and opens the door.
Yeah.
Closes it, locks all 6 padlocks.
Flitz is gonna point into it and a message to each. Try to find a boy or girl. Try to find a boy and or girl.
There are 10
One of each.
there are 10 polar bears in here. All comfortable, all free roaming in this massive stable that's filled with snow and other things. Dead seals everywhere hanging like from like meat hooks, and the polar bears are like playing with them and eating them. And then they all turn to the 2 of you that walk in. Just
yeah, I guess Druk is gonna like have a look, see about getting one of them. See, well, first thing I guess he's gonna do is he's going to take a knee and kind of put his hand in the ground and just kind of rake at it with his hand, like with his fist, kind of like he's digging for something and looking at them.
Okay.
And just kind of like trying to appear natural and casual around them
So
to
just-
put them at ease.
Just so you know, Druk, based on what I know about polar bears, is they are one of the only predatory animals that actively hunt people. So, and that is true. No sudden movements, I guess. And one of them walks up to you, gets on its hind legs, and just stands up at like 12 feet tall, maybe more, because polar bears are bigger than any other bear. It stands up and just looks down at you.
Really looking like the second story window of a house.
They can, and they actively do hunt people.
They're giants.
And it just looks down at you, Druk.
Yeah, Druk's just gonna hold firm, not break out, not do anything, but also not freeze either. He's just gonna keep the casual, smooth motions
Okay.
of just almost like he's completely ignoring them.
Okay.
Give him a Coca-Cola.
It drops down on all fours and lets out a bellowing roar in your face. And then swats the air around you. And then slowly starts circling you and just smelling you.
He's just gonna let him do it.
Okay, do you have any meat on your person?
That
That does count the pack of preserving.
Well, yes, then. Yeah,
Okay.
it's in the pack of preserving.
Its
Yeah.
head is at your pack of preserving.
Actually, let me see. I want to make sure if it's meat or not, because I might not actually have meat specifically.
Any kind of flesh in there.
The only thing that could be flesh that would be in there
Or organ meats, because bears will eat that too.
is the red dragon innards.
Oh yeah, bears love organ meat, so it's in the process of like biting at your pack of preserving.
Okay.
Interesting things to hear your DM say. Bears love organ meat.
Well, it's true.
I know, but just saying it with such authority is just like a.
Let me look. I'm gonna check to see what else is in my pack, just to make sure that, because it probably wouldn't go after the green dragon breath gland, considering it's ouchy to it.
It doesn't know that.
Well, I guess Druk will front load the red dragon innards.
Okay.
And try to get out of its way, but make sure
Okay.
that the green dragon stuff
It is attempting to pull
tucked
the pack of
underneath.
preserving off of your person.
Yeah.
Okay. And it pulls it away like 10 feet away and just starts rifling through it with its snout and its claws.
Okay.
And you hear it eating something.
Alright. We'll check to see what it is and try to make sure that it's not the green dragon thing.
All the red dragon innards just going to town on those.
Okay, cool. Can he clock the green dragon one?
Doesn't seem like paying attention to it.
Okay, cool. Druck's gonna go over,
Okay.
not get anywhere near the actual food, but kind of tug on the.
Animal handling check.
Okay. He's tugging on. I want to be specific. He's tugging on like probably a little buckle attached to the pack of preserving to kind of pull it away.
Animal handling check.
Okay. Right. That's an 18.
Okay. It gives you a loud snarl as you approach.
Okay.
And looks at you. You can see it doesn't want you getting any closer.
Okay. Then I won't get closer.
Okay.
I mean, if it wants to eat the poison, it can, but he's gonna try to have it not. But
And then
I'll give
smells
it a
something else.
moment.
It smells something else in the bag and swats the pack of preserving to the side and it goes sailing about 10 feet away. Just
okay, cool.
and then just looks at you again.
All right. At this point, Druck will slowly stand,
Okay.
walk over to the pack of preserving,
Mm-hmm.
pack it up, put it on his thing, and then just go over and stand not directly next to the polar bear because you don't want to get near them while they're eating, but just kind of in its.
Oh, all the innards are
like,
gone.
just
It's
outside
already
of
done
its-
eating.
Okay, so he's just gonna stand just outside of its area.
Okay. Kenna's going
And
to
just
approach
kind
it.
of-
Okay. Kenna's going to approach another one and just start like. He's going to cast. Do you have that spell prepared today? No. Oh wait. No. Kenna's just gonna. Hold out a bit of food. $21. And a polar bear's eating out of Kenna's hand.
Nice.
Kenna has tamed that one. Or not tamed it, but bonded to it.
Cool.
Cool. You doing anything else to try to bond to one?
Yeah. Same one.
Okay, what are you doing?
Just let's see. Did that. He's full. What's his vibe right now?
It's just staring at you.
Okay.
Clocking you, trying to see if you're also tasty.
Okay. Druck's going to get down and try to like do some playful motions, not necessarily, but like kind of bouncy, you know,
Okay.
not threatening, but almost like let's wrestle, you know.
Interesting. Alright.
Because it seems like this one, it's not going to respect anybody, you know, unless there's some type of thing happening.
Okay.
So he's going to.
It just kind of cocks its head at you.
Okay. He'll get closer with the bounces and mimic one of the swats that it did on him earlier, like in its area.
Animal handling check. This one's going to be at disadvantage because you're swatting openly at it.
Okay. 18.
Okay. It's going to stand up and swat back at you.
Okay.
Doesn't hit though. It just big bear claw comes swinging at you.
Okay.
And it lets out another roar.
Cool. Druck will go in for like a grapple, but not in a hurting it type of way, but just in like a, you know, God, how do I put it? He's like getting in there. He's gonna get in there.
You're gonna grapple the polar bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like an episode of Tiger King that's about to go really badly.
I would not recommend grappling a polar bear in real life.
Nope.
Because it would kill you.
But this is Struck. He's like
I know.
bigger than.
I wouldn't recommend fighting dragons either, but
True. Okay. I believe you have to do an athletics versus this thing's athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
Okay. You wrap your arms around it.
Okay.
Let's out another roar.
Okay. I'll wait for it to respond.
Meanwhile,
How it
in the
wants to.
shop, you can see the those of you that are in the shop part. You can see the shop owner has he's sweating. He's like, generally when they roar that much, it's not a good sign. And then back to the interior, to the stables. It's gonna try to bite you because you just tackled it basically.
That's okay.
18 plus 7.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay, it bites into your shoulder, and you take 11 piercing damage.
Cool.
Just
Drunk will say it tastes good, doesn't it?
doesn't understand you.
It's okay.
And then it lets go and roars again in your face. Kind of like spittle like flying off of it.
2. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I don't want to damage it, but I want to still try to assert some type of leverage over it. Whether that be some type of grapple or pin.
And
or
while it's
like...
standing up, yeah, it's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're gonna try to pin a polar bear?
Well, in so much as like just try to use my knowledge as a sentient person and anatomy
Mm-hmm.
to kind of put it in a position that's not comfortable for it, but that doesn't hurt it.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, attempting to shove it. No more than one size larger, so you can do it. All right. Make an athletics check against its athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. All right. Another 16.
Okay. 14 plus 5, 19. It just doesn't budge.
All right. This might be a while, guys.
You try feeding it from your hand. That's what I did.
I don't have any more food, so it just ate it all. So I got nothing.
It just ate the intestines.
I don't have any other food.
Ah. Kenna's gonna cast Good Berry and toss you a Good Berry. Just in case.
Yes, alright. Doesn't seem like this one likes...
And the bear is going to attempt to push you back. Break the grapple, basically. So it needs to use athletics against your athletics or acrobatics.
All right, cool.
And that's 11.
Okay. 21.
Okay, it does not break out of the grapple.
Okay.
Your go.
Sorry. This I hate to like suck all this up. Sorry. Yeah, I'm essentially just gonna keep trying to do the same thing, and just kind of
Okay. Athletics.
attrition.
Athletics against its athletics or acrobatics. It got a natural 1 for a 6.
Okay. 25.
Okay, so you shove it to the ground so it's prone on its back.
Okay. Cool. And when it's down there, I'm gonna start giving it scritches.
Okay. Because you've been wrestling it, and now you're trying to calm it, that'll be another animal handling with disadvantage.
Cool. Well, it's not like it's not trying to calm it. It's just like it's vulnerable, and I'm not attacking it.
This is definitely disadvantage though.
Okay. That's another 18.
18. Okay. It just rolls over, looks at you, stares at you, and then headbutts you playfully. And that's where we're going to end that scene, because that was a long time.
Sorry.
Back to the interior. You can see eventually he things have calmed down. And he's going to unlock all the latches, and Drucken kind of can come into the shop with their polar bears.
Huzzah! Things got feisty in there. We could hear it. Okay.
What's the name of this one?
They don't have names. You name them yourself.
All right.
Ken is feeding her bear the rest of the 9 good berries. Or their bear, rather. And you wanted to buy the Drake, right? Yes? Correct? Alright.
Yes.
So for the sleigh and both bears, that's 5,000 gold.
Done.
Alright. Alright.
Got paid.
Follow me out back. I'm gonna get your bears all set up and tied up to the sleigh. Actually, I can't anymore. They're not bonded to me. You two are gonna have to do it. And he shows you how to do it. You can lash the bears up. They both are like playfully biting at each other, like wrestling a little bit while they're being tied up. All right.
I got best friends. I got friends. Good job.
So you have a double-decker sleigh, can fit up to 10 medium-sized creatures, 5 per deck. It's got 500 pounds of cargo space. You get bit and bridle. So those of you who have the polar bears, make sure you add bit and bridle to your equipment as well. Actually, you don't need to because it's on the bear. Yeah. And enough seal meat for 1 month. It's dried, so it doesn't need to be preserved or anything. So it's all good. He's like, all right, there you go. Now it does.
They got enough for both, right? Like a month for each.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Just making sure.
if the sleigh gets damaged, unfortunately, there's no money back guarantee. But they are pretty sturdy, so as long as you're not reckless, everything should be fine.
I could fix it. It
Oh,
should be
perfect. Now, these polar bears are trained killers as well, sort of. So if you do come into dire straits, whatever you want to call it, the polar bears will fight things for you. Like, they will defend themselves, and they will defend the ones bonded to them. Just so you know. And if you want to command him in combat, it's a bonus action to do so.
okay.
Otherwise, they just act to defend themselves. Or the person they're bonded to. So pretty simple. What else? They exclusively eat seal meat, but if food's tough, they'll eat anything that's a flesh. So be careful if you're not feeding them. They won't eat the ones they're bonded to. They'll eat the others. So just, if you're running out of food, just try to keep your friends away from them. Any other questions? They can swim, but the sled can't go in water, unfortunately. It'll sink. But the polar bears can swim. They do like to swim, so maybe occasionally let them have a dip if you can find some water out there in the tundra, which you can. They do like seals. That's all I got.
Thanks. Hit the road then.
Once you're bonded to them, they will know how to talk to you. Like, they won't know how to talk to you. They can't talk. Well, who'd we lose? They will
Brittany.
understand your commands, but only the ones they're bonded to. They will not listen or understand or respect the commands of ones they're not bonded to. Pretty simple. What else? That's all I got. Do you want a lifetime warranty? Do you want a lifetime warranty on something?
What part?
The sled.
Is that how much extra would that be?
Lifetime warranty is dependent on things like it's if you're looking for insurance.
Mhm.
We don't cover acts of gods, like weather. We cover sort of stuff.
No, don't worry about it. I have means
No,
of
it's
fixing.
fine.
Okay, because it's an extra 1,000 gold for the warranty. No one ever buys the warranty, which is a shame. But all right, that's everything. You should be good. Does anybody want any
Right.
personal-sized sleds, just in case you want some recreational time to slide down some hills?
Sure. I'll buy 2.
Okay, 400 gold.
Oh.
200
No,
gold.
I'll still buy 2.
It's 200 gold per person for the little...
Are they the same
person.
color? Are they different colors?
Oh, yeah, there's different colors. All colors of the rainbow.
Do you have blue and like gray?
I said all colors of the rainbow.
Well, depending on what rainbows you look at, like if you look at the sky, that doesn't.
Slaps you across
anyway.
the face. No.
Okay, so
We do have one
yeah,
in the
I'll
back
buy
that's the paint's kind of chipped and faded away, and it's kind of turned a gray color. It's coughs because a fly flies into his mouth, but it's still intact.
Look at Quoin. What color are Quoin's eyes?
Or purple.
Okay, he'll get a blue and purple one.
Okay, 400 gold.
There we go.
You have now 2 personal-sized sleds. The old-school wooden ones.
And I'll offer the purple one to Quoin. Here you go.
Oh, that is so kind of you. Thank you.
You've never been to Hollyshire. You haven't sled before. We did get to do that. It's a lot of fun.
I could also use this. Clang clang. Like, is
Would
that
you like to
enough?
give it back?
No, I mean this is all great. This is all.
It's you could use it if you don't like the
It is so
sleigh.
nice. What a cool, nice gift. I could do both.
If you want,
Yeah,
there were
you
some
can
really
get it.
good sledding hills up in the northern reaches of the Rio Ram Tundra, but they closed them because someone died.
Oh.
Off a cliff.
Oh.
It is
Make sure not to go there then.
It's unfortunate they did not know how to fly.
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We need to get going.
Now,
Actually, we have a lot to do.
these are a male and female. They may breed. Let them. It is a springtime, so it is prime breeding season.
I mean, I'm not going to stop them.
If you come across them while they're breeding, leave them alone. They can be
Alright.
very loud lovers. But, there you are. Enjoy your new mode of transportation. They're not super fast. They're not like some horses, but they'll get the job done.
It's good enough for us. All right. Off we go. Do we need to get anything else before we leave town? I might fill up on some rations. Just in case.
There's a general store that sells rations a couple blocks away.
Cool.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, Druck's gonna get at least 10 days of rations, considering we haven't seen a lot of game.
Also, based on this region, because I've been assuming Druck is hunting game while you're elsewhere, so I'm not tracking rations. For the Rio Ram
Yeah.
Tundra, I will be tracking rations.
yeah, that's
So if you want to get, so if you want to get the benefits of a long rest, you do need a day's worth of rations. Because
So yeah, so Quoin is also going to. Is it? Do we need like just a standard 10-day of rations, or is
However
it?
much you
I
want.
mean, if
I'm
we're-
not gonna.
if
We're not gonna do a whole like RP of buying rations. Just tell me how much you
Yeah.
guys want. And I'll
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
how much it's worth. Also,
I mean,
rations here is going to be a lot of like dried caribou
Yeah, so Druck is gonna
and
buy.
berries and hardtack.
Just because Druck is really invested in this type of thing, he's gonna buy 60 days worth of rations. That means 10 days for the whole group.
Okay. So that would come to 300 silver, so 30 gold.
Okay, so everybody add 10 one-day rations.
And it's all
I
it's
will
a mixture of
give
dried
30
seal meat, berries, and hardtack. Like dried berries, mostly dried blueberries, and hardtack, which is disgusting. And then caribou jerky.
What's his...
Alright.
Oh, good, good.
Like the Quoin would have gone with you and probably would have bought like just a month worth, just because we're planning on with our bears. So 30 days.
Okay, so 30.
It's half the cost, so 150.
Yeah, so 150 silver, so 15 gold.
Flitz actually would do the same. He
Okay,
would do
so
30. He would do additional 20.
Okay, so sure.
Yeah.
But all of his rations are just being. He's going to be. I think for a lot of the trip, he's going to be mage handing. The first bit of this trip, he's going to be splitting his rations.
Okay, so
Quoin, would you like to drunk? Would you like to trade me?
I was actually going to offer if you'd like to trade. I know I can also split it for you. I know you don't like to touch meat or do meat
also,
parts.
just be sure if you're keeping your rations somewhere, do be sure that will impact your carrying capacity, because I think 40 days of rations is 80 pounds.
Yeah, Flitzer's all going into his
Okay, cool.
bottle.
All right, so you can buy rations. Like I said, we're not going to go over it because it's just
Yeah,
tedious. But you get your rations. If anyone else trying to buy anything before y'all leave, this place, the only thing you're going to find is basically general equipment and stuff.
There's no like, there's not a map place or anything like that. A place that would have maybe the region mapped or a little bit of it mapped.
No,
Okay.
not a lot. Of
I would
cartographers
restock
this way.
on
Remnant. You did learn that
possible.
Remnant is heavily unmapped and unexplored. So Flitz, you're basically like one of the first people making a map of this region, because people just don't travel this region.
Yeah, then I will get plenty of ink and extra quills just for
Okay.
those
How
purposes.
much ink? How many 1 ounce bottles of ink is Flitz buying? Each one's 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, he'll do 5.
Okay, so 50 gold worth of ink bottles. You don't need to buy quills or anything.
For
That's fine.
roleplay purposes, we do still have like a general idea of where places are based on descriptions that have been told to us.
Yeah.
And just so that we can through roleplay rationalize that we can see the map.
Yeah, I did say you
Okay.
guys do have a map of Remnant. It's just got places names on it, and that's it. And then
Okay.
points of interest that are being added to it as you travel.
Thanks
Yeah,
for the
Flitz is
clarification.
Flitz is
I.e.,
essentially
Flitz
filling
is
in the
drawing
details.
Flitz
Yeah.
is drawing roads and
Okay.
adding in details, and you do have your contracts that are circled with red. And
Okay.
Ven did add Zeke's grave on the map.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah. The
'cause
map
was
that you
a
guys
little-
have on Roll20 is the map your characters physically have.
Okay.
So that's the map.
Super.
Okay. Anything else? Ricky buying anything? Dax buying anything?
Dax is gonna buy some extra papers so they can write some letters.
Oh, also forgot to mention, because this is important for you actually.
Oh fuck.
The Wayfarers Guild's just opened up on Remnant, so you can do instant delivery letters whenever you come across one.
Fuck yeah.
How many pieces of paper is Dax buying?
I'm gonna buy 10 pieces of paper,
Okay, so 2 gold.
and then I'm gonna buy another bottle of ink.
10 gold. So 30 total. All right, Ricky, you buying anything?
Yeah, Ricky's probably gonna try and get
A whip?
some rations as well.
Okay. Just to whip things, because monks with whips are cool. Whatever.
Might have missed it. Are they normal price?
Yeah. How many is Ricky
Okay.
buying?
Let me
Because
just.
Drug also bought 10 for everybody.
Yeah, Ricky does. Ricky constantly assumes that people are like not factoring him into these things.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, since the Rear Rim Tundra is heavily no animals, basically, yeah, every long rest, you're going to mark off a day of rations.
Okay, they cost 5 silver pieces for 2
Yeah.
2 pounds worth. Okay, how much room does?
Yeah, so
Ricky
1 day of
have?
rations is 5 silver.
Okay. Ricky's gonna get 50 pounds worth of rations, so 25 rations, so 12.5 gold worth.
What? Sure.
Yeah, he's gonna get 25 rations basically.
All right. Is that it for everybody? Okay. Cool. I don't remember how long you
Yes.
traveled today already, so we're just gonna skip that because I got more important things on my mind.
Yeah.
On your travel gear, Holly
Ricky
Shire
apparently already had
clothes.
10 days worth of rations.
Also, if you're going north, you will need to put on cold weather cold weather clothes unless you have cold resistance. So,
Jingle.
and everybody has the jingling cold weather gear with bells on it. So any stealth checks are made with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because you got jingly
I'm
shoes,
down with
jingly
that.
hats. I mean, Dax doesn't need cold weather gear because Goliath.
Cool. Yeah. So
Oh, Dax, I have been holding on to this for you for a while. I just wanted to make sure that you opened this present while there was, daylight out, so we could see this glorious gift during the day. And I had literally forgotten about it every single day, but with this beautiful midday sun, I think it is most appropriate.
Oh yeah, what time
Hands
is
you
it?
hands you a box about the size of a hat.
Thank you, Quoin. That's very generous.
3 p.m. So yeah, it would be midday sun.
What color's the box?
It is brightly decorated with Christmassy winoctony wrapping paper, green and reds, very flamboyant. Probably some polka dots, I imagine. A nice bow.
Also, word of note: the sun does set in an hour here in the tundra. So it's at 4 p.m.
Dax is going to gently start how you unwrap a ribbon,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm assuming it's wrapped around the box. So there's hold it in one hand to delicately start pulling it open until the bow falls apart and they can gently take the top off and look inside.
Didn't mean to do that.
So this is, I think, maybe you would remember this hat as well, Justin. But it's the the prize hat, or it seems like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could help me remember that, I'd appreciate it.
I
But
think
it's,
it was a big. It resembled a dragon head. It was I can't remember.
huge.
Big
Yeah.
old huge dragon head. The wings were like the ear flaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a cartoony plush dragon hat, like a platinum dragon plush hat.
Yeah. And it said something on it, some phrase I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's a big hat, just a very big hat.
It was like 20
It's a
weeks ago.
very nice hat. Yeah.
Dax is gonna take it out of the box and just look at it and look at you and just immediately put it on.
You look good.
And Dax is gonna kneel down and just give you a big hug and pick you up kind of hug.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
can I-
thank you, Quoin.
sorry.
You're most welcome. That would turn into probably a climb on top
Okay.
of your shoulder and just a look out over while holding while balancing.
All right, so you all have the double-decker sleigh. Druck and Kenna have to be on the, because you're the only two that can steer the sleigh because you're bonded to the polar bears. So you would have to be up on the upper deck. The upper deck. Where's everybody else scattered out on this thing? First deck or upper deck? Lower deck has actual cover from the elements. It's got little hide flaps that come down like curtains that you can close if the weather's real bad. The upper deck doesn't really. It's more like Santa's sleigh on the top, and then the lower deck is kind of like a little covered little area.
Nice.
Where
Like-
most
kinda
of
like
the
a
cargo,
carriage?
yeah, where most of the cargo is kept is in the lower deck region, and little panels on the side, kind of that a train has, where you can open up and
Nice.
shove cargo in, or rather a bus.
Ricky is upper decking it.
Nice.
How do you not upper deck it? Not right on the maiden voyage?
Okay, so the upper deck is simple. It's got a big bench seat at the front for the two drivers, and then the back are basically seats that sit horizontally, but they are on the sides, kind of like this. For the audio podcast listeners, I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it, but on the sides, kind of facing each other. So you're facing the sides of the sleigh, not forward. The drivers are facing forward.
They're parallel to each other.
This sleigh is like 12 feet tall.
Oh.
The other one was like
shit.
huge and just unwieldy. Yeah, this thing's like 12 feet tall. It's definitely more than half movement to probably get down. We'll figure it out. But here you are. There are ladders on the side as well for people that don't want to jump off. But here you are.
Flitz will be on the bottom.
Okay.
The bottom area. He's going to be using telekinesis to make more accommodating space for like where things are arranged. He's going to try to make it as homely as possible.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Like putting where boxes where he could like write on and Dax can write on if she needs to.
Okay. Cool. Because it's a drunken canister in the sleigh, Druck, you're gonna roll me a D100 or D8, your choice.
Okay.
And I'll roll the other one.
I'll roll a D100.
Your life is in their hands, everybody.
Dun,
And just check. Do our sleigh drivers have land vehicle proficiency? I don't think so. Which is fine.
Is that right?
What?
I rolled
That's a 10.
D100s and they were both 10s, and that comes out as 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there it is.
Okay. And I rolled a 7. Alright. So 7 hours into this trek. It is going to be a very uneventful trek because you have polar bears pulling this thing, and anything that would be coming for you is keeping their distance. So they're also very good deterrents against enemies.
Meanwhile, we've got the jangling of our winter weather gear.
This is very much a Christmas episode, but not. So yeah, the jingling of the sleigh bells basically off of your hats. The polar bears do need obviously will need long rests because they will get travel exhaustion. But as the sun sets, for those of you that weren't here before, you do know this is normal for this region. The sun sets after an hour, and then the sky turns like a deep red color. Because tundras are weird. And after about 7 hours of travel.
Sorry, Justin. Oh yeah, go ahead. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, because I'm starting to montage the travel stuff because I'm getting kind of bored of running it. And then we'll come back to it. But you come to a small caravan of smaller sleds, that have been pulled off to the side of the road. Have set up a small camp. They're all pulled by axe beaks, so like bipedal large birds with axe-like beaks, but they're all like downy and white and floofy. And you can see a bunch of people walking around this campsite, smoking pipes. It looks like a merchant caravan. And they see you just kind of cruising by.
Cool. Druck's gonna... Oh, okay.
You can stop if you want.
Let's just waving.
Just in case, Druck was gonna toss some of the rations to the polar bear so that it's not enticed by the.
They have
birds.
They have their seal meat, and they don't seem interested in the axe beaks.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, this is are we not here to discover? Why not let us pull over and shoot some shit with the locals?
Yeah, that sounds all right. I mean, yeah, sounds good.
We're not traveling on a road either, by the way.
You're traveling on the road.
So there is a road.
Oh wait,
okay. So
this far north there are no roads actually. Yes.
yeah, that's what I was.
It's just
going,
like
we don't need.
It's just like you're following like you're literally following like pre-made, packed down snow.
This is like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah,
without
you're
all
basically
the
Donner Party.
Got it. Okay.
But
Druck's not cool with that.
But not cannibalistic yet. So you pull over to the caravan of merchants who at this time of night you can see they're all starting to like bed down for the night. It's real late.
Yeah.
One of them's like, how can we assist you?
Oh, we're just traveling and figured we'd pop down to get the culture of the place. We're actually from Quoin.
Ah. Okay.
Do you have any fun trinkets or anything like that?
No, we just sort of sell general goods.
Oh. What if I gave you a lot of gold for something that you could only find here?
Snow?
No. Never mind.
We're just coming back from a delivery, so
Where from?
why are you so curious?
Because we are going north to Byzantium.
Ah, Byzantium, the Forge City. Yes.
Yeah. We're meeting a friend.
Oh, no, we're coming from Aidmar. It's north of Byzantium,
Oh.
at the base of the mountains.
Any,
Oh, quick question. Have you ever met a person named Ezra?
No,
Ezra Bergmont?
no.
Okay. I believe you.
all right. Sorry. Have you anything eventful on your travel from Aidmar?
Not really.
Things to look
We have,
out
we have a
for.
big caravan, so 10, and you can see like it's a pretty big caravan, like 50 or so. So not many people. So nothing really attempts to pester us on the way. So just sort of empty, boring tundra. The occasional blizzard, but these axe beaks are good at traversing through it.
All right.
The
Well,
occasional rock, but we have enough here to not really worry about it. That's
Like
ROC.
boulders?
No, like big birds.
Oh, how big?
Bigger than a dragon sometimes.
It's a big bird.
well, thank you for the information. Here,
And Druck will present them with a bullet claw.
Looks at it. What's this?
it's just a thank you for the information.
Alright. Thank you.
It's a bullet claw from a bullet. If that's what you were asking about.
Okay. Here. Hand you a gold piece.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Good trade.
No offense, but can you not camp anywhere near us? Gestures at your polar bears.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, I guess we need to get moving.
No, it's no offense or anything. We just don't want them possibly eating our.
No, it's fine. Everyone, let's go. Pack it up.
Stay safe.
There should be a good. There's more good spots along the way. But this is a lot of open tundra going this way, so you won't really find much for cover or anything for like spending the night. So that's why we have big tents.
Oh, we should have bought some of those.
You also have the tower,
we
so you
have-
don't.
Yeah.
He doesn't even think about the tower at the moment. He's like, oh,
I mean,
that's
he's in
a really
the bottle
smart
most
idea.
of the time. Yeah.
But
It's a smart idea.
yeah. Watch out for rocks. You might be a little more at risk because you don't have a big group with you, but you should be fine. What else? It gets really cold here at night, but I see you dressed for the weather, looking at your jingly clothes. And watch out for remorazes, I guess, too.
What are those?
Big blue centipede-like creatures that bury in the snow, and they have really hot bodies that sort of melt the snow around them, and they can swallow a man whole.
Yes. We actually saw some in the Sud Peaks Flitz.
Who did?
Us. We.
Who's us?
The
That sounds
rest of
frightening.
The group before you popped.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember seeing. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, just be
Yeah.
careful.
Okay.
Never fought them though. Who looked very
You don't want to.
dangerous. Yes.
Alright, we should get to Byzantium in like 3 days.
Oh, that soon.
Yeah, it's about a 3-day trek from this area.
So you would say 4-day travel from Rimehold to
Depending on the weather.
depending on weather. Very,
If the
very
weather's
good.
bad, it's gonna slow you down a bit.
But we'll take out his paper with the map on it and begin
Okay.
to jot notes. And he's gonna mark this area small.
Also, there are no actual road. You all seem like you've never been this way before. There are no established roads in the northern regions of the tundra. So keep that in mind as well if you're looking for roads. People tend to use other means of transportation up here, so they don't really use roads. Good luck, don't get eaten, is the best thing I can say to people. Don't freeze to death is important. Thanks for the claw.
Right. See ya.
And goes back into his tent.
Okay. Alright, gang. Seen what we could see from this group, it seems. Guess we should get moving.
The bear's got an hour left to travel before they need to lie down.
I mean, ideally, we would just be traveling until we would wake up with the sunrise, but
Does anybody know if there are people who are actually like native of Remnant? You know,
None of our group is native of Remnant.
okay.
Probably the dwarf king we met.
I've met plenty of people here. They all seemed kind of alright. I think about half of them are alright, and the other half are either indifferent or want to kill us. So, we haven't met that many people.
All right, you can travel for another hour, and then the bears need to rest.
sounds good.
Like I said, we're just gonna montage on this stuff because, yeah. Set the tower up. I mean, got really nothing else to discuss. It's kind of all been discussed. You can set the tower up. Polar bears can be fed. You know, anyone doing anything before you go to sleep? It's 11 p.m. So
Oh, God.
It's time for sleep.
Yeah.
is anybody doing anything before you bed down? Ken will
Yeah.
teach Druk some more flashcard stuff, but I don't know where that's being tracked now. So
Oh no. Well, then we'll just put that on pause then,
that makes
and
makes sense.
Druck will wrestle the polar bear.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else doing anything before you sleep? Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So polar bears have the same movement speed as y'all, apparently. That's interesting. No, they got 40 feet, so they're a little faster, so the travel time actually will be a little quicker. Okay. Cool. Nice. Alrighty. Cool. What time do y'all want to wake up? Any plans, or just sleep through
Yeah,
basic?
I guess Druck will try to see if he can see what the weather might be like tomorrow. Just kind of get up high, look out in the distance. and
I
smell the
generally
air.
randomly roll for it, so let's do that right now. Windy day. You can get this. You can smell a possible wind, which means range stuff is.
Smell it.
And the winds in a tundra get to like 100 kilometers an hour, so range stuff will be basically not happening.
Okay, cool. Non-spell range stuff.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, that's all. Y'all bed down. Get the benefits of a long rest. Oh,
Sorry, Quoin is probably going to cast a find steed.
at night?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably be inside the thing.
Yeah, sure.
they're usually pretty docile. Those.
Yep.
Celestial. What is the chance of reaching out to Bahamut for a, like, hopefully a steed made of sterner stuff? Like,
do you have Find Greater Steed yet? Because you need Find Greater. You need Find Greater Steed to get sterner stuff.
oh, okay. I was hopefully, because I know I can get an elk.
Yeah, Caribou uses elk stats if that's what you're thinking of. But yeah, generally for more sterner amounts, you do need Find Greater Steed, which I don't think you have yet.
I was more just like, because I know that specifically narratively you had mentioned that caribou exist up here. So
Yeah, they're just using the stats of elk because there isn't a caribou stat block.
Right. Is it?
And
cool
they're
if
roughly the same size. Yeah.
Is that cool if I summon one of them?
Sure.
Right on. Okay, cool.
And
Then-
caribou are also reindeer, so you have a reindeer.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to. I shouldn't summon this reindeer with a red nose, you say, to help lead the sleigh?
It won't
shouldn't.
help. It won't help lead the sleigh, but you can have one with a red nose.
But I shouldn't do that.
You can have one with a
You
red nose.
definitely should.
Or Kenna can just cast light on its nose.
You 200% should.
It'll be a purple light.
Okay,
Nice.
so before you'll go to sleep, Kenna's going to cast light on its nose and purple light.
She thinks I'm cute.
All right, so you summon that. All right, is that everybody? Anyone else doing anything before sleep? Cool. So, everyone gets the benefits of a long rest. Flitz, do you sleep in the bottle or do you sleep in the tower?
Ah, fuck that bottle.
Okay.
For right now.
So Flitz, during your sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you do kind of wake up, but you don't lose any benefits. You kind of just, it's like a brief, you know, when you wake up middle of the night,
Uh-huh.
and sitting directly in front of you, just looking at you cross-legged, is a green tiefling with shorn-off horns and yellow eyes.
Hey, Vin.
And then they disappear. And you all actually wake up, benefits of a long rest.
Imagine that tiefling was familiar looking.
Roll a intelligence check to see if you can recall and try to place things.
Oh, dirty dog. 11.
That's fine. You do recall seeing a tiefling that matches that description when you walked into your room at the inn yesterday, or the day before.
Oh yeah. That was that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, and it looked like Ven. This was more clear of a look that you got.
Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah, he probably would have said, "Hey, Vin,"
And then immediately, as soon as you said,
in his grogginess, just
Disappears.
right back asleep.
Yep. Yeah, cool. So you all wake up bright and early, 7 a.m.
Excellent. You guys will see Druck kind of carving a name into the bridle for the polar bear
Mhm.
that he bonded with. His name is Emery,
Okay.
which is short for emergency rations.
You do know it's illegal to kill.
Do
polar
not
bears.
tell Flitz that.
It is illegal.
Do
to
not
kill-
tell Flitz the meeting.
We're told it is illegal to kill polar bears in this region. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Well, he wouldn't be the one killing it. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like when you hit a deer with your car.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
make
my
jerky jokes about
grandpa
it.
takes those all the time. If he finds one that was hit by a car,
Exactly.
he takes it
So
all the
it's
time.
that kind of situation.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on.
Remember, hit it straight on. Don't swerve.
But
Moving on.
His name is Emery.
Okay. I'm
What,
not gonna name. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let
did-
Kate name the other one. I'm not gonna do that.
What language did you carve that in? Common, or did you carve it in Draconic?
I carved it in Goblin.
Barbarian. Oh,
So no one can read it then.
what does that say?
His name is Emery.
Oh,
Embers.
that's a cute name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like an emery boar truck? Like to file down claws and nails?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's very clever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Interesting.
I'm not gonna name Kennas because that's the thing they should do. Anyone doing anything before you travel for the day?
Calisthenics, especially in
Group
this cold weather.
Group calisthenics.
Gotta get your heart rate up.
That means
body temperature
That
up.
means Constitution saves from everybody, so you don't pull a muscle.
Oh, no.
Calisthenics in a cold place, early morning. The tower does not give you any warmth, by the way. It's cold as fuck in the tower.
Oh.
Not a
Because there's
9.
arrow slits. So like first thing in the morning, yeah.
But you get a plus
You
one.
get a +1.
A 10.
DC's 10.
Okay.
If you roll a 9 or lower, you pull a hammy.
Actually, I also rolled a 10. So
Oh,
what,
wow.
what are we rolling?
Constitution save to see if you pull a
Constitution
hammy
save.
during your
Ooh, con
calisthenics.
save. Okay. here we go.
27.
10. Can I got 10 plus 1, 11.
I rolled a 19 plus 2.
Okay. Ricky,
26 plus 1.
your dex is fine.
15.
No one pulls any hammies.
Woo! Thank good.
Uh,
Thank goodness.
polar bears can sleep outside because, I mean, that's what they do. They don't.
Right.
All right. So,
Flitz, I'm sorry. Flitz is going to prestidigitate his clothes to be warm for an hour.
cool. Okay. Sounds good. Your cold weather clothes, they're
Yeah.
already warm, but okay. They're more warm now.
Nice and toasty.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Like just out of the dryer warm.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
back on the sleigh. Ken will recast light on the caribou on the caribou's nose. Should even cast fly on it eventually. Anyways,
In Flitz code.
all right. So, because you have polar bears, there's not going to be much in the terms of things to run into. So, for the sake of a narrative I'm trying to tell, and so we don't get too taken off of any things, and to prove that this live stream campaign is still interesting for people watching.
Always.
Over the next 3 days, you really come to understand just how. So mark off 3 more days of rations, so that's 4 rations gone total. You really come to understand just how desolate the northern reaches of the Riqquarian tundra are. While in the south you came across sights and creatures during your trek, however, these next few days have mostly been spent dealing with heavy snowfall, extremely strong, deafening winds, and the occasional blizzard. The first of these 3 days, you finally find a singular pine tree that is quite large and is abundant with large pine cones. Yes, we're doing the montage approach as referenced in the DMG, based on people's abilities. It isn't too late in the season, so these pine cones are still green and can be eaten. Look it up, you can actually eat green pine cones. Due to this, if there's an interest, each of you can gather these pine cones, and each get 4 days of rations from green pine cones. So anyone who wants rations, you can add 4 days worth of rations back to your rations. So you basically regain the rations you've used.
Nice.
Flitz is going to intentionally mark this pine tree
Cool.
because it is like the only one they've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And he's just going to take an extra. He's going to take an extra one,
Okay.
an extra pine cone.
I'm not gonna add it to the
Um,
map. I'll just say you know where it is.
That's fine. Yeah. This is more like a hey, these are landmarks you could see along
Okay.
the road here and kind of
All
keep an eye on.
Cool.
But he's going to take an. He's going to take. He will take an extra pine cone. He's making essentially a remnant.
Sure.
Memory box. What is it called? They're not called memory box.
I don't know.
Scrapbook?
Essentially, kind
But,
of. I can't think of what it is.
Again, so you're done marking off rations at this point
Yes.
because I've said, yeah, you're good. I'm just describing the days of travel. The following day is uneventful, and with Druck's passive survival, you all narrowly avoid a horrific, dangerous blizzard, and take shelter in a small cave for a few hours while it passes over. While in this cave, you find the body of a long-dead adventurer wearing a wedding band set with a very expensive-looking diamond, easily around 1,500 gold in total, in value. You can take the diamond if you like, but you would be robbing... Not really robbing, but yeah, you would be grave robbing. But other than that, the day does go by quietly, so if you want, you can take the diamond. If not, just say so. I'm not really gonna...
Can we find anything that would tell this person's name that's on them?
No. Looks like they were heavily their stuff, anything that was identifiable was taken off of them, but the ring was left behind.
Less grave robbing and more corpse looting, but that's not necessarily better.
Yeah,
Regardless,
Quoin is
it's a diamond.
going-
If you want to take it, you can take it. If you don't, you can leave it.
Quoin is going to prepare and inter the body.
Okay, so the ground is pretty frozen, so you'd have to just do like the stone cairn, like stack stones over the body. Okay,
Yeah, I'll do
cool.
that.
No taking the ring, just stacking stones over the body. Just checking.
Is it ice or is it like earth?
It's this far north where you'd be now. It's mostly ice.
Okay, never mind that.
Druck will try to, just so no one gets put out about it. Druck's gonna try to just do it under the like without people noticing. He wants to take the ring.
While Quoin is preparing the okay, this will be sleight of hand with disadvantage because
Okay.
Quoin's right there doing things actively with the body.
Okay.
Quoin, you do get DM inspiration, a D12 you can add to any roll if you'd like for putting this man to rest.
23.
23. Okay.
Passive perception is 10.
Yeah, no one sees Druck do it.
And you said it was a
1,500 gold
diamond ring worth 1,500.
Yeah, that's done. And then the next day, on the final day, 2 hours into the journey, peeking through a small snowstorm, you can see a series of jagged mountain peaks to the north. They're a ways off, but you'll most likely reach them before your day of travel ends. And glancing at the map, those mountains are your destination if you're intending on visiting Byzandoom. So you're 2 hours out from Byzandoom, basically.
And ho!
All
Just say
right.
And I said 3 days. How many days? Yeah. So 2 more days. So it is currently the 20th.
We're at 2 more days of ration.
Oh, you don't need to mark off any more rations. I mentioned to clear those off at the beginning. So the rations you marked off before were for those 3 days. Were for those days. You're all good. Don't need to mark off any rations. Because you got the pine cones that replenish said spent rations. You're fine. Yeah. There you go. You can through the snowstorm you can see the mountain peaks, you can see Byzandoom in the distance, or the destination that is Byzandoom on your map, basically. If you're intending on going there, that's where
Onward!
you go.
Are we going in?
Yes, absolutely.
Seems like
That's
it,
why
yeah.
we're here.
Okay, just making sure.
All right. I guess keep an eye out. Seemed like they were very well known, the person we're looking for, that they run this whole place.
So
Probably quite busy.
looking up at the mountains, you don't see any signs of a city, so you can assume the city is built into the mountains. So you have to go up. You can see a road that goes up into the mountains. So you have to go up into the mountains. So you won't be seeing. You get a sense you won't be seeing said individual until you're up there. Yeah, as you get closer, that's what you notice. Okay, so heading towards Byzandoom.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, there are no roads here. And as you've been traveling, you notice that there are small wooden markers embedded in the snow and ice, with like red fabric that flaps in the wind, just so you can get an idea of a path that people do tend to follow. And that is as you approach the mountains. Yeah. Eventually, you come to the base of these mountains. Cold, jagged, dark stone that are capped with massive amounts of snow, and a small winding road weaves up through this mountain about 300 feet up to a massive set of stone doors hewn into the mountainside. And you can also see the briefest bit of smoke rising up from these mountains, a similar smoke to the volcano you witnessed in the Great Lush. And yeah, no roads, but small wooden markers embedded in the snow that show where a path would be, and are set with small red pieces of fabric that flap in the wind but are vibrant and easily spotted, which you can assume are probably from blizzards so people can see them. And one road winds to the east and another goes west, but the road you're looking for if you want to go to Byzandoom is up the mountain. a winding road up the mountain. All right. Forward march, then. I assume.
That
Okay.
is correct.
All right. After a tough 2-hour climb up the mountain, the polar bears struggle a little, but they manage because they're fucking bears. This road you come... Oh, jeez. You come to large, sturdy doors hewn into the side of the mountain. They're engraved with designs of dwarves through the ages and show the history of the region from dwarves settling the nearby Riqquarian region and waking up a light in the mountain. That's the best the mural looks, is they're waking up something that was in the mountain, like a great light that then turned into its protector. Like it's a big light turns into a shield. It's kind of weird. It's also surprisingly warm up here. You'd expect it to be blistering cold, but it's like kind of toasty. And any of you who are wearing cold weather clothes, you can kind of feel yourself starting to sweat a bit, like something's heating the air around you. The doors are about 200 feet tall, and at the base of the doors is a sturdy iron chain that rises upwards and into a small slot at the top of the door. Kind of looks like a doorbell you ring, but like a big old chain.
Everybody ready to go in?
Ring a ding.
But
Okay, you hear this loud like cacophony of bells that sound like they're ringing all through like inside the mountain, like under the rock, like dong 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 dong, and then eventually reaches the doors. And a few moments later, a slot opens up near the base of the door, and you can see a dwarf peering through, and he's like, "Hey there!" Wrong accent. What business do you have in Bisondoom? Just peeking through, little dwarf. Nice bears.
Thank you so much for saying so about our bears. We are traveling, and we've come to speak with seeking counsel of Hazar.
Oh, you're here to see the smith. All right, cool. All right. Is that all? Looking to do anything else for fun?
we don't
Pleasure?
know what else to do here.
Oh, it's a
That's
forge
pretty
city.
much we already
Oh.
thought that this was just a hermit.
Oh, no,
and
no, no,
we
no.
only recently found out it was a whole city.
Oh, you're in for a treat. And the doors open slowly, making a heavy grinding noise of stone on stone, and open only about 30 feet wide to accommodate you all, the sleigh, and the bears. And standing before the doors is a dwarf sat atop a strange bipedal, humanoid-looking mechanical construct without a head and hewn from a green metal. He's basically looks like he's walking around in a small Gundam, but without a head.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. It's a bipedal humanoid mechanical construct without a head, and he's sitting on top with like a bunch of like levers that he's controlling it with. This is your first time all of you have seen something like this, sort of, aside from the guardian of that sphere, but this is much more, you know. Take this main passage, and after about 200 meters, you'll come to a slope that descends a bit. Take that down, and you'll enter the city proper. Enjoy your stay.
Is there a place for our bears?
Oh, of course, yeah. There's a stable somewhere down there. We don't have a lot of animals here, but yeah, you'll find room.
Thank you, sir.
If you're seeing Hazar, he does have a stable where he keeps some of his pets. So,
Oh, that might get a little
oh, trust me,
risky.
bears will be fine. He's got all sorts of pets. But he's
Oh.
got bears himself, so
Lovely.
he likes to collect things. He likes to collect things, so you know. But yeah, if you want
Bunch
to
of
just
pets.
follow this passage down and have a good time, welcome to Bisondoom, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
they're a Duergar. Sorry, Duergar.
Oh,
You guys, and you can see all the other guards walking around this area, also heavily Duergar. So yes, you guys sense this might be a heavily Duergar settlement.
did any?
Hint,
Sorry,
hint,
any
hint for
in,
next campaign. If anyone wants to come from here, you can.
any in Rimehold? Was there like any kind of like dwarven mixture? Like
it's a
any
lot
kind
of
like
it's a
halves?
lot of dwarves in this region.
Right.
This is the first.
Okay.
This is the first you're seeing like Duergar in this region.
Durgar. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And you can do
Cool,
see the
cool.
occasional deep gnome walking around.
Is one riding a tricycle made of wood?
No, that one's dead. So
Has locks still in it?
no, he's dead as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, just follow this passage. Have fun. Y'all never been here before, right? I can tell.
No.
Nope. I'm really excited for you to see what's here.
We are too. Your excitement makes us excited.
And the construct just goes. He like operates the levers. You can see a little bit of steam like comes out of some joints and turns. And he starts walking away like.
Whoa.
And as he walks away, you can see this long passage descending down. You hear the sound of metal working and all sorts. And that's where we're going to go to break. We'll do that for a 10-minute break and come back as you all enter the forged city of Byzandoom, where shit is kind of weird. Not in a bad way, just weird and...
Love it.
Yeah, we'll see it when we see it.
We'll see it when we see it. Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes for Byzandoom and meeting Hazar, who I'm very excited about. I'm so excited. All right. The main reason I want to do the montage because I want you guys to get to Byzandoom because it's really cool. But yeah, break time. We're back in 10 minutes. Hello, everybody. So, the Dwergar on his weird bipedal construct walks away, and you have this passage that he says, if you follow this, you will get into Byzantium proper.
Thank you so much for the directions and all of the help. Thank you.
You can see the construct that he's riding kind of like locks up and jams, and then keeps going again. Oh, you're welcome. Have fun. Don't get run over by anything. That's a thing we have to tell a lot of first timers. Just don't get run over. You'll see what I mean when you get down there.
I suppose when in Byzantium, just do what the Byzantine people do.
Okay. So,
Or walk where they walk. That's what's kept me alive a lot of the time in cities, is just walking where other people walk.
the doors are starting to shut behind you. So as you pull as the sled gets pulled along on the stone floor, it's fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Ven has mending. Wait,
Ven's
what?
dead. After pulling the grinding the sled along and getting into the city proper, you are brought to a marvel of technology and nature coexisting at once. The city is hewn out from the stone of the mountain and expertly carved into luxurious, beautiful buildings of dwarvish make, and is littered with mechanical contraptions all over the place. A lot of the buildings resemble spires of various heights set with spherical tops of brass, glass, and smooth stone, while the rest are simple stone and brass buildings. The spires appear like they are the residential sort of buildings. Like some cities with rivers running through them, Byzantium has rivers of magma rushing through it all over the place, providing a deep, comfortable warmth to the city. These rivers seem to flow towards the center of the city, where a massive lake of lava rests, and sat in the center of the city is one of the largest buildings you've ever seen. It's nearly a skyscraper tall in height, made of stone and green metal, and small pipes of this green metal seem to go into the lake of lava and siphon it up into the building. A massive stone chimney juts up out of the building and into the ceiling of this massive open cavern. Brass piping also runs all over the city, built along the walls and ceilings. Think of it like a very early plumbing system. The streets are made of smooth, worked stone and are filled with mostly dwarves, dwergar, gnomes, deep gnomes, and a small handful of other lineages. Sitting above the streets, a good 50 feet above it, is another street, but made of sleek, solid brass. Strange contraptions speed along this upper street and resemble weird, sort of old-school motorcycles is the best way to describe them, but are more rounded in places and made from a variety of brass piping with a large single wheel at the front and 3 smaller wheels at the back. Strapped to the side of these strange vehicles are sidecar-like attachments with a single wheel on the bottom. Near the back of this vehicle appears to be some sort of storage tank where a lot of the piping comes out of. And you are now in Byzantium.
How much of this is magics?
I have no idea. It all seems to be like running on its own sort of thing.
This is beyond my understanding.
Yeah, mine too.
So I guess we're in the right place.
And yeah, those vehicles, you get the street up above, which you can hear those things just roaring along, just boom, speeding along, putting out lots of steam. And then you got the streets down below where you all are, where people are just walking about in...
Excuse me. Hello.
A deep gnome stops carrying a bunch of, like, supplies. Yeah.
Could you point us to Hazar's place?
Gestures to the massive building in the middle of the lava lake.
Is there a way to get to there?
Yeah, there's going to be bridges down that way once you get closer.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
apologies. Is there a place? I suppose we should. Let me rephrase. Is a stable along the way?
A lot of people here don't really have animals to stable. We all use mechanical contraptions to get around and sort of things. But Hazar's got a stable because he collects animals and other sort of things.
So you don't get many travelers?
Oh, we get travelers all the time. They just don't come with animals because they kind of know what to expect.
Definitely new.
Like, a lot of people are travelers. Most people who live here are dwarves, Dwergar, and deep gnomes, but as you can see, and just all the other lineages moving about, visitors all the time. They come to sort of see the Forge City, buy stuff you can't buy anywhere else, experience things you can't experience anywhere else. See Hazar, because he's a master smith, and
your metal horses are
they're called wolves. ULVS.
Your wolves, your metal wolves are quite interesting.
ULVS. Wolves.
Yes, wolves, right?
Wolves. They're fueled by magma.
You keep saying wolves over and over again, and I'm not getting.
Anyways, they're fueled by magma. There's like a little thing in the back that magma gets recycled through the machine and runs it.
That's clever.
All Hazars make, he basically made all the contraptions you see. And everything
Is
else.
Hazar a dwarf?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
one of the oldest dwarves in the city, actually.
Oh.
Doesn't tolerate younger people being rude. But that's.
We wondered about that.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Well,
just be respectful when you talk to him.
Right. Thank you for the information. You've been very helpful.
If you want more information, if you want to buy one of those motorcycle vehicles, you can do so at the Brass Canopy. Just if there's any interest. A lot of people come just to buy those specifically. But you can buy all sorts of contraptions and mechanical goods here in Byzantium.
How do they work on snow?
Perfectly fine. Not as good as the snow scrappers that you can get, or snow scrapers that you can get from some other places, but they work just as well. They can be customized. So if you're like going onto rougher terrain, you can get spiked wheels, etc., etc. These are based for just recreational purposes and just like for use in the city. But if you're taking them out of the city, they can be customized for more environments.
Yeah, it looks as though there are people like it's just everybody's kind of cool with these machines like racing around.
They're not racing. There are laws based on how they're driving around up there. Just to keep things safe.
Has anyone recreationally raced them?
No, it's against the law to race them.
Oh. Okay.
Like
you guys know there's an underground drag racing here. Oh my god.
yeah, it's against the law. The fines are pretty substantial. There was an underground racing ring, but that was disbanded when it got found. And yep.
No fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your.
That's why they installed the road up there. Because they used to be driving down here, and a lot of people died, so they installed the upper road. If you're not proficient in land vehicles, you shouldn't drive one. Because they are. If you don't know how to handle it, you don't know how to handle the lava flow that runs it. It can be disastrous for the driver. But yeah.
So on this level, there was an auto ban. But then it was replaced in the upper level.
Okay,
with
bye.
an autobahn. Okay, well, all right.
No,
fun.
No,
fun sucks too.
Yeah, no, yeah, because a lot of people got ran over.
Oh dang!
Yeah, one of the vehicles went off road and went into drove through the orphanage and killed some people in there, and then
hundreds of kids.
So that's why they have that's why Hazar banned the use of banned the racing and built the upper road.
This is truly informational and grisly interaction.
Yeah, that was about 200 years ago that happened.
Whew. 2 centuries of mutual trauma
Yeah.
being shared.
Yes, Hazar's a very old dwarf.
Yeah.
He's about 300 and something.
So these types of contraptions have been around for 200 years?
Yeah.
We have not seen them anywhere.
You smell like the core, so that makes sense.
There's a core smell?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a core smell, gang.
It's yeah. Anything else I can help you with?
That is all. Thank you so much. You've been so I mean, I don't know. Sorry, Flitz, you had said.
Nope, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Just thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
If any of you are the worshipping type, there are no places of worship in Byzantium. Just because no one here practices religion.
Perfect place for Bahamut.
There are guilds related to artifice, though, in the art of armor making and smithing, but no one comes here to see the small-time smiths. Everyone here comes here to see Hadar. And while he's discussing, you can see this massive construct walking around, made of adamantine, and is filled with these gems that are like all studded throughout its metal. He's like, yeah, and those are our guardians, our guards, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome. There's a lot to explore. It's a big city. Yeah. But if
Thank
you wanted
you.
to see Hazar, gestures to the building nestled in the middle of the lake. That's the Star Forge. That's where he works out of.
All right.
He's been working that forge for a very long time. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And the gnome presses. You can see the gnome pulls up this little disc that he's holding, presses a couple buttons on it, and the disc magically floats down to his feet and forms like these what would be kind of like rocket boots, and he just kind of and starts floating away very slowly, maybe 20 feet. Just
He's on a.
yeah, basically he's basically
He's
on
on
a
rocket
he's
man.
basically on a one wheel, but a flying one.
The hoverboards?
Oh, yeah. In my head, it was like the Segway.
Oh no.
Yeah.
These,
It's the equivalent of the
just like-
Segway.
no,
you just
no.
can go.
just like rocket boots, just and he flies off.
Okay.
So yeah, this is all very new for everybody.
So, I'm curious. Seems like these contraptions, as well as they work here, they probably don't work outside of here for very long. Because we haven't seen any.
Well, they did say you need lava to make them work.
Well, that was
Yeah.
specifically the motorcycle things. Wouldn't say motorcycle because that's not a thing. That's
Right.
the things up there on the road, right? Those are the only things that they said were
Oops.
fueled with lava. So maybe those are the only things that don't do too well. But he did say that they can be adapted to all terrain. They are taken out of here occasionally. So who knows?
Brooms.
Would we want them though? That's the real question. We did just buy this sleigh that we're sitting in the middle of the city with still.
Oh, well,
Yeah, let's get moving.
Motorcycle gang.
I'm just hung up on the drag
It's
racing.
only a 4-day
'cause that
travel
sounds
back.
fucking awesome.
We travel back, we drop them off, we take our motorcycles, and we oofs, and we make our way back north.
You can see what they look like while they're driving around. I should describe them a little better. They don't. I don't know why I said they have wheels. They don't. I described it wrong when my first design. They have treads, like a tank.
That's even
So, yeah.
cooler.
Yeah. Sorry. And they look like they move at a speed of 120 feet. So that's their movement speed.
Oh,
They may be borrowing some mechanics of the motorcycles from Descent into Avernus in terms of mechanics. But yeah, 120 feet a second, or every 6 seconds.
what's a second? Jesus.
Yeah, so they're fast, but they're being driven at a somewhat more of a respectable speed here in the city.
Somewhat.
They can fit. Looks like they can fit 2 medium or smaller creatures, one driving, one in the sidecar. Yeah. So that is the those are the wolves, and yeah, you're pointed to the middle of the lava lake, kind of in the middle of the city, to the Starforge where Hazar is, and the city's kind of like this in design. It's like a sunken kind of thing.
Made in Abyss, yeah.
So yeah, There you are. You know where to go. You got your big old sleigh that's catching some attention. Because it's just wood on stone. Flitz, can you cast fly on this thing by any chance?
Is it 1,000 pounds?
It's a lot. It's way more than 1,000 pounds.
Can I cast one? No, it has to be a willing creature.
I don't want to cast awaken object on it though, or animate object on it, just because that might be pointless. You know, let's just yeah.
It'll be fine.
You will need to probably mend the bottom of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I guess
fine.
Eventually, it will get to that point.
It'll be
yeah.
fine. We'll just put someone on that.
All right, so you're making your way to the lava lake, where that massive like skyscraper-sized building is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. I could cast levitate on it.
There you go.
Sure. No, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. 500 pounds.
Never mind.
Just kidding.
Okay, so it takes like 20. It takes probably like 45 minutes to get down to the lava lake, and there's a bunch of people just kind of standing there waiting, on like it looks like a dock, but the dock's made of like green metal, and it's resting on the lava, and there's people just standing there, just waiting.
Is this the line?
A deep gnome turns around who's got like a big curly white mustache.
Ooh.
Kind of looks like Dr. Robotnik with like goggles on his forehead and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah,
What are we waiting on?
the fairy, and they're shouting when they talk.
Like,
There's fairies here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, little creatures with wings, pixie dust.
Is there a loud
around.
sound nearby
No.
that would
He's got a sense.
Make them
He's got
shout?
covered in like dark like oil stains and stuff. Looks like he probably works in a very loud environment, and it's made him go deaf.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, the fairy, Ferry.
So,
It's the only way to get to. There's the bridges, but they only descend every hour or so. The ferry's the quickest way to the forge, actually.
Alright, maybe we should just put the sled in the box. In the chest.
Is there a weight limit on that?
No,
Wow.
the deep gnome's just like, okay.
thank you.
Are you gonna wait for the ferry? It's coming.
Yeah, we're
like
gonna-
it'll be here in like 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, let's do this fast.
Alright.
Can I get your bears?
Okay. You can get the bears.
Put it in the
You put
we'll
you
like
put, you
shove
put,
this thing in the
you
chest.
put the sleigh in the chest. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We even transfer it.
You could, that, I don't recommend doing that. I don't recommend doing that. I will say, if you do try to do transfer or send with very large objects, it might be bad. Anyways, yeah, you can put the sleigh in the chest. The chest, the mouth of the chest grows to accommodate the sleigh.
I'm just imagining we were back in Cathatoon, like reading about when we were reading about the chest to begin with. There was like in the like little asterisk we're remembering like in the notes, the scripture was like, "Warning: not tested for objects over X pounds.
Yeah.
User experience may vary."
Basically, and it consumes organic creatures to put inside of it. Anyways, the sleigh goes in, and then as the sleigh finally gets in, the lava, about 20 feet out, the lava kind of like splashes upwards, and you see what looks like a sort of submarine rises up out of the lava, and a hatch opens up with a little walkway, and a dwarf walks out and says, "All right, everyone coming into the ferry, come on in." And the submarine's basically made of the same kind of like green metal. He's like, "Anyone heading to the Star Forge?"
What about these bears?
Yeah, they'll fit.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Easy now, Emery.
It's 2 silver per person for ride.
I got it.
Do the best count.
Nope.
How much money is that altogether?
6. So 2 times 6.
12 silver.
12 silver.
A gold and 2 silver.
And this dwarf looks like a train conductor. He's just like an old-timey train conductor with the big hat.
He's got one of those tiny whistles.
Yeah, he's got a whistle. Also made of green metal.
All right.
He's like,
Is
"All right."
it now? Is it green metal or is it like tarnished copper?
It's green metal.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
adamantine. He's like, all right.
Oh, is that what
It's
what adamantine is?
Yeah,
It's green?
Everything here is green adamantine, yeah.
I didn't
In
know
my
that
setting, it's
adamantine-
green in case anyone jumps
Oh,
up
okay.
my ass.
Oh. No.
No.
Oh,
In case people watching, in case people watching jump
Oh,
up
okay.
my ass. 'Cause
Oh,
Yeah,
people-
for us, it's like,
gotcha.
oh, that's a fun detail. We didn't know.
people tend to do that.
Yeah.
That's the joy of D&D streams. Is people suck. So yeah,
No. Jump up my ass.
he pulls a,
I would love to watch
come on in.
it.
That's fun fact. That's how the campaign ends. That's the big bad. So
My ass.
he pulls he takes the whistle and goes, all right, everyone aboard, and toot toot, and blows the whistle, and it sounds very much like a conductor's whistle. And you all
Nice.
get into this submarine, and the inside is weird. It's got like, it's a submarine, but the interior is like a city bus, but like not as like modern. It's just rough looking, bits of pipe sticking out everywhere, and it submerges under the lava, and these panels come down, and you can see into the lava like you're under the water. Basically, you can see like just lava.
Yeah, Druck's fucking panic attack. Like, this is fucked up.
There's
we
a
know
kid-
how
there's a-
how fucked
yeah.
up lava is.
There's a kid sitting
like
there.
we know.
There's a kid sitting there like eating like a lollipop, and he's got like a little like hat on. He's just sitting there kicking his legs, and he's like looking out the window and going, "Oh look at the lava fish!" And you can see these weird fish swimming through the lava. Just you can see just like there's like these like they look like the fish are made of like solid obsidian, and they're just swimming through the water. They're through the lava rather, and you can just see it.
Quoin hands struck a bag to breathe into.
And just yeah. So like I said, next campaign, if anyone's playing a Dwergar, you can come from this fucked up place. Not fucked up, but cool. And then he's the kid's like, oh look, I wonder if they're eating anything today. And you know,
I'm not.
and you can see like, yeah, just little fish swimming around. People are just totally nonchalant about it, just sitting there waiting. Druck's having a very visible panic attack.
Druck is vibrating. He is terrified right now.
The polar bears do look a little uncomfortable with the warmth, but I mean, they'll be fine. But after about 15 minutes, because it does go on like a little bit of a scenic route through the lava lake, you do see some sunken like things in the lava, like constructs that fell into the lava and didn't fare so well. Ones that weren't made of adamantine, so they didn't handle the lava so well. And then, as you get to the base of where this skyscraper-like tower would be in the middle of the lake, this circular door opens up, and the submarine goes inside, and then rises up, and the hatch opens again, and you all can step out of the submarine ferry.
Druck's the first one out.
All right. The conductor's just like, I hope you all enjoyed your trip.
It was lovely. I'm walking like this.
If you want...
Thank you very much.
Just so you know, the ferry comes every 20 minutes, so if you're looking for a way to get off, come back here. The kid's like, I can't wait to do it again. I want to see a lava shark.
Shut up, kid.
But you can enter out into into like this kind of large open area of the Starforge, and you can see the bottom floor of the Starforge is basically like a food court. There's like stalls. It's a circular built room, and there's like a food court basically with table seatings everywhere, and like little stalls built into the wall selling hot food and all sorts of things. Yeah, Byzantium's weird, and I'm so happy. And then in the middle of the room, there's this large kind of like glass tower, and going up it, you can see. You've seen elevators before. You've seen like the stone platforms with the like pressure plate in the middle that causes it to rise and lift. But those are all magical elevators. This is a metal platform with a chain and winch system that just is going up occasionally and like getting off on other floors, and people are like getting off. And it's basically a mall.
Escalator.
Yeah. No, it's like an elevator in the center. There are no escalators. But it's basically a food court. You're in a food court. and there's like a sort of like a large plaque in the center, and it tells you what's on each floor. And people are just like running around. The kid's like, "I'm gonna go buy a gun," and his parents are like, "No, no, 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 no." And he's like, "Okay."
What do you have?
A gun.
A knife.
No! Wait. What are they talking about?
What?
Gun.
The kid's like, "Oh."
Oh, sounds dangerous.
The kid like looks over. He's like, "What?"
What do you mean by gun?
Looks over at his parents. "You know, a gun.
We're new here.
A gun?" Gestures to the laser pistol one of you were holding. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, this little
That
thing?
one's ugly and stupid looking.
Yeah, I agree.
He gestures to like somebody carrying like a big blunderbuss around. That's what I'm talking about.
What are these? Wait, hold on. Is a gun like a weapon that you fire, like a crossbow?
Mom, I'm hungry. I don't want to talk to the hairy man anymore. His parents like, "Sorry."
That's
And
too
they
much
just
like an
kinda,
actual
they just kind of lead the kid away, and they're like, "Sorry, sorry." And it's like a little dwarf kid. He's like, "Yeah, he's really hairy."
You're saying that there's like other types of crossbows?
You have your crossbows and you have
Also,
your.
all of you who are familiar with like settlements know what guns are, because guns are a thing in my setting, like flintlock pistols and blunderbusses, yeah, and black powder rifles, yeah.
But we haven't
Good
actually
old
fought
BFG.
against any.
No, I haven't fought against any because they're known about. They're just not super common.
But in Byzantium.
But in Byzantium, you can buy anything. It's a mall. Or this is a mall. Yeah, you got food court. This is the food court section. People run around eating food, all sorts of food. And then, yeah, there's a plaque in the center with, like, what's on each floor. And
I walk to the plaque.
Okay, there's 150 floors.
We just need to get to Azar.
You can see the Star Forge, which is the place that Hazar operates, is the top floor.
Oh, this is gonna be a long ride.
Flitz, you feel someone pulling on your pants. Hello? It's another kid, a deep gnome kid, wearing like a propeller hat.
Yeah. Yes.
It's also a gnome.
Mhm.
Are you my dad?
Not even close.
Kind of look like my dad.
Oh, your dad is a forest gnome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bought me this hat.
It's a lovely hat you
You
have.
can't
there.
have it.
I would never. Is there a place that I could buy one?
Yeah, toy store.
Which floor is that?
Looks kind of like counting on his fingers. This many. For people listening, it's 10. Yeah. This many.
Got it. Floor 10.
No, this
Gonna
many.
look around. Gonna look around for
The
a
kid's
parent.
also just like knuckle deep picking his nose.
Gross. Gross. Look around for a parent.
His mom's
Anyone?
like, you can see a woman like kind of sighs and like scurries over and sorry and
No, he's great. He's a lovely child. Very
is that my
personable.
dad? Mom's like, no, we discussed this. What happened? He's like, okay, bye.
Oh, have a lovely day.
You'd totally be in Druck's characters, be like, your dad's dead. But I'm not gonna.
But yeah, there you go. Welcome to Byzantium. And this food court's got like probably like 100 people in it right now, just milling about, eating food. You can smell. You can smell.
84. Why I
you can
don't
smell,
want
You can
kids.
smell all sorts of food, like sweet pastries to like stews to greasy food.
Maybe we should get a snack for the ride up.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Polar bears are like just in this food court.
I think we should figure out where the.
The kid with the propeller hat breaks away from his mom, and it's like running up to one of the. It's like in the process of running up to one of the polar bears. His mom's like, no, 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 poof, and just carries the kid away.
No.
It would be nice to eat something that isn't hardtack berries or, what was this,
Caribou?
petrified penguin meat? Oh, caribou.
Caribou.
Petrified penguin.
I trust you to get something to my taste. I will take care of housing the polar bears.
Oh,
Rock, I think we have to go up to the.
On the plaque, there is also something that says parking /
Nice.
stables.
There you go.
149th
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
They
Drux.
have
I'll-
stables.
I'll see if I can meet you.
Oh man, we have to do this knowing that there aren't any cell phones, so we have to go back to when I was like in my
Yeah.
teens.
Back in
Look,
back.
I'll
Oh man,
just-
malls and there weren't cell phones were in.
I can do this, and I'll just wait until I feel like I'm about 120 feet, and then I will just keep on relaying a message to you.
I will. I'll just buy us some cones.
Hopefully, it won't take too long. I'll just come back to this plaque.
Why don't you just wait for us? We're all just going to get a snack, and then we're going to go on the thing, and then we're going to have to go up to the 149th, drop off the polar bears, and go up one more floor to the 150th.
Listen, as short of time you think it takes to get food, I assure you it takes longer than that. So I will take these polar bears back and come back down.
Okay.
Rock, is there a reason you want to?
Well, Kennan's going to have to go with
Well,
you.
I have to
because-
come too as well for my polar bear. So
Okay.
No, as long as it's all right with you.
yeah, why not?
Alright.
I mean, yeah, I don't want them eating anybody. So
There's a lot of smells in the air. It
Oh.
seems as though they are.
yeah, the bears seem
overstimulated.
really. You know what? Yeah, the bears seem like really into being here. They're like,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like
It's
a
like,
little
yeah, we should-
overstimulated.
we should probably take him to the stables and then we'll just meet y'all up there.
Bears smell like it's like the weirdest looking thing with their noses. Anyway.
All right. So, what are y'all doing? Drunk and Ken are heading towards the elevator with the polar bears.
Get some food.
All right. There's like 30 stalls. There's one place called Cones and Cones and Cones. There's one place that's called Taffy.
Just called Taffy.
Yep. And
That's
there's
good.
one place that looks like they're selling falafel. And
It's
then
just like the cones and cones and cones.
and then there's like a shawarma place, a pizza place, and then just all sorts of stuff, basically.
Is there any
Pizza
beaver
sounds
tails?
So
Yeah,
good.
they'd be at the pastry place.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Guys, I hate to be the ugly American. What's a beaver tail?
Elephant ear, basically.
Oh, I thought it was just literally like fried beaver tail.
No.
I thought you
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
did too.
chopping tails off beavers.
We don't eat beavers. They're protected.
I hear
Well,
the
not
super.
that
I hear
kind.
Batman
not
doesn't
that,
either.
Not that kind. But it's a joke. About
There it
they're
is.
basically beaver tails are basically like an elephant ear. If you guys know what an elephant ear is,
No.
it's like a deep
It's
fried
Like
dough.
a funnel cake?
Yeah, it's like Here, you know what?
Kind of.
Fabulous
Actually,
deep
there
fried
wouldn't be beaver
pastry.
tails because beaver tails
Oh.
are copyrighted. It's just a deep fried, big, massive piece of dough covered in powdered sugar and dippable in like jam and.
Is
It's
it a
the
polar
tail.
bear
Oh, that
paw?
sounds like a funnel cake. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
the
a funnel
tail
cake,
of those creatures that chew
Not
on
a
wood
funnel
and
cake.
make dams at rivers. There you go.
Here, I'm posting you a picture. Of what it looks
Uncopyrighted.
like.
I was thinking beaver tail. I was thinking bear claw, like the bear claw pastries.
Here.
That's what I was thinking when you were saying beaver
Let
tail.
me signify what. Or
But that's not the
a
same.
picture. That's a big old link. I don't want that. Ugh, it's just like a big old pastry that looks like a beaver tail.
It's okay.
God,
it's
they're
okay.
so
I'll look.
good.
I'll look it
Great.
up.
I love
I'll
it.
look it up.
And
That's
it's
awesome.
covered in toppings like chocolate, bananas, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, yeah, there's a place called Cones on Cones and Cones. Looks like it sells ice creams, savory ice creams, sweet ice creams, and then snow cones, and then foods you can eat out of cones. Then there's all sorts of places, basically. Whatever you can imagine down here, it's probably here. There's like a ramen shop. All sorts. It's a fucking mall, so it's a food court with whatever you could think of.
My thinking is maybe we could get food that is mobile, but I mean.
Oh, it all looks like it's very mobile.
I'm thinking that we definitely will have to come back here. Anybody else is thinking this too? Maybe
Yes.
I mean, I'm most excited about cones on cones on cones on cones.
Working
What
the
do they
stall,
sell
working the
you?
stall of cones on cones on cones is a gnome made of metal. Who's he's like opens up a hatch on his chest and pulls out freshly made like waffle cones and is stuffing them with stuff. Occasionally there's like a ding, and he opens up his chest hatch and pulls out freshly made waffle cones. The
So
first
convenient.
auto gnome you've seen in my setting is just
Making codes.
making cones.
Ring a ding, hello.
Oh, so you're going to cones and cones and cones. He's like, hello,
yes.
I am Cone.
Oh, hello.
And yeah, it's a gnome made entirely of metal. And yeah, his chest hatch, as you can just see, it's see-through and transparent and filled with waffle cones.
Hello, Cone.
Hello.
I am Quoin.
Our names are similar, almost.
Right. They're both named after common nouns.
Yes, he's also wearing like those little like, old school like ice cream shop hats, like the paper hat.
All right. It looks like you have a lot of options.
Savory, sweet, and then other foods that you can eat in cone form.
Yes, it looked that. Ooh, that seems like that one that is game bird and syrup sounds good.
Oh, do you want the fried chicken and maple syrup ice cream?
That is exactly what I'd like. At least I'll take 3 of those, please.
Okay. 3 cones out. Scoop. One of his like metal hands kind of like hinges, and an ice cream spoon pops out, and he starts scooping, and scoops up 3 of these fried chicken maple syrup cones. He's like, "Do you want hot sauce drizzle?"
I mean,
The ice cream helps with the burn.
that's all. That sounds fantastic. Thank you.
So it's like a maple ice cream with like fried chicken pieces stuck in it, and then like hot sauce drizzle. He's like, "Oh, before you take these," and his other hand, he touches the cones, and you see like a brief light. Now they won't melt.
Whoa, that is a gift and a treasure.
So
Could
you have 3 of those. He's also giving you like you know how when you go to like some like pubs and they give you like the thing that holds all the pint glasses,
Oh,
or
absolutely.
if you go to like a craft brewery, this is like a little rack, but it's filled with cones. And he's like, you can get 6 cones for 1 silver.
Yes. Okay. Well,
So
then
you got 3 of the fried chicken maple syrup ones. Just
great. And then if you could, what is a good? We've been traveling.
where have
And I
you?
wanted-
Oh, yes, travel.
Yes, indeed. I was hoping for something substantial, but also not meat. Do you have any sort of tree nut protein?
We have
maybe-
pistachio. We have peanut ice cream, peanut butter, homemade
Mhm.
peanut butter. We have pistachio. We have walnut. We have hazelnut. We have one that's made from nuts, but it's more savory. It is a pesto ice cream with candied basil. Those are
could
the
I-
nut variants that we have.
Is there any way you? Do you happen to have mix-ins?
What do you mean?
I was wondering if I could maybe
Mixed flavors?
just off the dome here, if there's a way you could put maybe something sweet inside of the peanut butter one. I'm sure
Of
it will
course.
already be. That'd be cool. And then I'll take the candied basil one and then
Okay.
the pesto one.
So does the pesto one, which is the one that comes with the candied basil, and then the peanut butter one. What do you want in the peanut butter one? We have all sorts of toppings you can add.
It's something.
Pretzels. Then there's
That
honey.
pretzels.
Honeycomb.
Sounds
You can add
perfect.
honeycomb.
Pretzels sound perfect.
Okay.
And
You
then
can hear,
if
you hear like a grinding noise inside of his chest cavity, and like some pretzels come out, like a dusting of pretzel. Just
And then if you could get maybe a hazelnut with some sort of mint option.
Sounds
Maybe
good.
Like a peppermint.
Yeah, that's 5 cones. You get one more.
Okay.
Do you want?
Wait,
can
the
put
basil,
one-
the peanut butter with pretzels, and the
3 fried
the
chicken.
hazelnut with mint.
Oh wait,
and then
3 fried chicken, basil, mint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is 6. All right. Hands you your thing, and then whatever I said the price was, I don't remember now.
it was 1 silver.
Right.
I will.
We also sell it by deal rescinded. We no longer sell pints. We are now cones only. Sorry, old programming.
But do you have any pint-sized cones?
Opens up another hatch and pulls out like a massive cone.
Okay, I'll be back here. Also,
Okay. We also have savory options for people not looking for ice cream. We also sell falafel in cones.
tell you this: my armor is going to be tight.
I hear that a lot. Well, if you're ever looking for more, you know where to find us.
Thank you. This is a gift and a treasure.
You're welcome. Then you can see the kid with the propeller hat walks up. I want one with pickles in it. Like after you step away,
Yeah.
the kid's like, I want pickles. And the kid
Robot's
gets
just like, that's stupid, and slaps him.
the kid actually gets like dill pickle ice cream. So
Nice.
Delicious.
Let's just gonna go get a veggie pizza.
okay, so you get the veggie pizza and
2 slices.
okay. The
Folded
so as
on
you get
top of each
okay,
other,
yeah, you,
like a calzone.
so you get to the pizza place and it's
Mhm.
it's a fucking beholder making pizzas. Using its eye stalks to make pizzas.
Oh.
Hey there!
Hello.
What are you doing that for?
No reason.
Okay.
Can I get actually just give me like a do you do calzones?
We got calzones, we got panzerottis, which is a deep fried calzone. We do pizzas.
I'll just do a calzone, just loaded up with cheese,
More vegetarian?
tomato sauce, and lots of vegetables.
You smell like a vegetarian.
Well,
What does that mean?
not too far off.
I don't know what that means.
You said it.
Do you like
Anyway, yeah, just a lot of vegetables.
Do you like
cheese,
vegetables?
I love vegetables.
what kind? Do you want?
All of
kinds
them.
of vegetables. We got eggplant, we got pickles, we got zucchini,
No, not pickles.
we got tomato, we got all sorts.
Oh gosh. Just let's do like mushroom,
Okay.
eggplant.
What kind of
and
mushroom?
zucchini.
Portobello, cremini, oyster.
Portobello. Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
You said
Just base-
portobello or portobellum?
Portobello.
Oh.
That campaign's not canonical anymore. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you get your nice pizzas, your panzer, you get your calzone. That'll be 1 silver, and it's basically like the size of your head.
He tosses the gold. Not even thinking about it.
Thank you kindly. Here, let me toss in an extra. And he gives you an extra calzone.
Uh-oh.
That's a dessert calzone.
Oh, okay.
Covered-
Goodbye.
It's covered in powdered sugar and whipped cream, and the filling is chocolate.
Oh,
All
man.
right. So Druck and Ken are doing the elevator. We'll get to that in a second. Dex and Ricky, you doing anything in here? Food court?
Ricky's probably just like following around, staring around at all the food options here, having absolutely no idea what to go with
Fair.
or pick or do because he's just overwhelmed by the amount
There's
of
a
choices
place
he's been
called
given.
Chester's Cheese. Not run,
Ricky.
not run by a tabaxi.
See, the problem is that sounds like cheese requires the labor of an animal.
Unless it's not.
Oh.
Ricky, do you want something hot? Do you want something cold?
I don't know. I've never had this many choices.
You see this place called Steve's Salads.
Salad. I know, like a salad. I like salad. Let's go salad.
The
you want
cheese.
Steve to toss your salad, Ricky?
Oh no.
I guess it could be tossed or not. I don't really care. I don't know. It depends on how the place serves it.
The cheese one is spelled CHIS.
Yeah.
Or Z.
It's just
Ooh,
nut cheeses.
But like it also helps your chi. The monk should have gone there.
Yeah. So
whatever.
you guys are going. Dax and Ricky are going to Steve's Salads.
Steve's Salads. Oh, that's so nice.
Okay. Behind the counter is a bipedal humanoid hippo wearing a chef's hat. So also the first GIF that you've all seen in my setting. He's like, "Hello. Welcome to Steve's Salads.
Thank you.
I'm Steve.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
I'm Ricky.
Hello, Ricky. You like salad?"
Yes, I do. Can I have some?
I can't fucking stop thinking with that dumb fucking tossed salad joke. You want what kind of salad do you like?
What kinds do you have?
Caesar. Well,
What's that?
That comes with like it wouldn't be called Caesar salad.
Yes.
Fish salad because the dressing's made of anchovies. Then we got garden salad, just assortment of vegetables. We got a caprese salad.
What's that?
Tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, oil, balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Salad with noodles in it.
That sounds interesting.
'Cause I can't. Greek salad wouldn't be a thing either. All sorts, basically. You can also make your own.
How do you make your own?
Just tell me what vegetables you want in it, what kind of dressing you want in it.
Okay. What kind of dressings do you have?
All kinds. Balsamic,
Okay,
vinegar, all kinds of vinaigrettes. Like we got fruit vinaigrettes.
I like the sound of a fruit vinaigrette.
All right. Got any fruit tickling your tongue?
No, that's why I'm.
What kind of fruits do you like?
I like apples and
Okay.
plums.
We have an apple. We have like an apple curry vinaigrette. That's really popular.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that.
My work has one of those, and it's so good. All right. And then whatever vegetables you want in it, we can do that for you.
Okay. We're gonna go with some of that, and Ricky's just gonna start pointing at like the options.
So you
like,
got
he
like
doesn't know what
this
anything's
Frankenstein salad with.
Yeah.
Do you want the dressing on the side or drizzled over?
Just all on it. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna end up on there anyway.
Salad also comes with garlic bread.
Ooh, never had garlic bread before.
You can choose cheese or not.
No cheese, thank you.
All right, and you get your salad full of a Frankenstein assortment of vegetables, apple, curry dressing, and garlic bread. Looks like Dak. What about you? You like salad?
It depends on the salad. That noodle one sounded pretty good.
All right. It's got cheese, tomatoes, some like twisty fucking noodles, and like balsamic vinaigrette
Ooh.
with like herbs in it.
Could you please add? Do you have chicken or
Yeah.
venison?
Oh, we got chicken. I kill the chicken myself and dress it myself in the back.
Oh yes.
You hear like a "Quack." That's not what sound chicken makes, but you can hear a chicken in the back.
I'd love some chicken added to that, please.
All right. 5 copper each.
Dax will
Okay.
pay for Ricky and her.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So that's everyone with their food. Meanwhile, we're gonna go to the elevator. Druk, I have no idea how to work this thing.
I saw them do it. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Okay. You walk on the elevator, and there's like a little like a panel on the one wall of it, and it's got a bunch of like raised buttons from ground to 150.
I thought they said 190 was where the.
No,
system is
150.
You remember what floor they said that this was on? I keep thinking
149.
190, and it's not. Oh, okay.
Stables is 149. The Smith is 150.
Right. 149.
Okay, you press it, and the elevator just goes launches upwards. It's like Wonka's Great Glass Elevator. Just
Oh, I thought it was like Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's like, he's like pancaked on the bottom.
no, just It rises up, and within like 15 seconds, you're on 149.
Jeez.
Yeah, the door's open, and you can see.
You're gonna check in with the polar bears.
They're fine.
Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, they're fine. And then you're like you're like looking into this like. Imagine somebody put a barn inside of a building. It's the wall is just like a red barn kind of siding, and there's a big sign that says Lucky's Stables.
Nice. I imagine there's like a chute so that all of the
Yeah.
detritus from the day can just be like sent off into the lava.
And there's like a gate. There's a gate that instead of doors, there's just a gate.
Cool.
We're looking for storage for our travel.
You don't see anybody yet. You're just looking at the gates to enter the stables.
Hello. Okay.
Both.
Okay, so you push through the gates, and you can see there's like a counter. The floor is all straw, and there's a counter. As soon as you walk in, there's a counter. There's a guy behind it just currently like writing notes in a big ledger. It's a gnome with like big bifocal glasses that like magnifies his eyes a bit, and he's really bald. And he's just like, "Oh, hello. Oh boy, polar bears. Okay. I assume you'll want to be storing those in the Arctic section."
Yes, I was not expecting this. We were not told that it was extremely warm here.
Oh. Well, we do have an Arctic climate stable for animals such as this.
All right. We would like that.
Okay. How many days will you be keeping them here?
Hopefully just one. However long it takes to gain audience with Hazar.
Depends how busy he is. But you should be good for a day. All right. Cool. That'll be 10 gold for each bear.
All right, here.
20 gold.
Okay. And then you can see he waves his hands a bit, speaks in Gnomish, and then walks up to the bears and says, "Okay, follow me." And the bears look like they understand him because he's casting Speak with Animals.
It's gonna be all right.
And they follow him, and he takes them to a door, opens a door up, and you can feel like blizzard-like winds coming out. It's like super cold, and beyond the doors you can see it's basically a fucking Arctic landscape, but like impossibly big. And they both wander inside. Doors close.
Like a pocket dimension?
Yeah, like a demiplane. The doors close.
Demiplane, thank
And
you.
he turns around and goes, "All right, they'll be fine. We got food in there for them, all sorts. Whenever you're gonna take them home, just come back."
If we want to meet with sorry.
And if you don't want to trek them through the town again, just trek them through. If you don't want to trek them through the city, through all the people, we can have them delivered to the front gates. That's part of the cover charge. We can have them sent to the front gates when you're ready to leave the city.
That sounds very good. Thank you. We'll request that.
All right. He makes a note. He pulls out a quill and he like opens a little panel on beside the door and writes a little note and then closes the panel. All right. Good to know. You're asking about Hazar?
Yes. Where do we go to find out how busy they are and when we can meet with them?
Next floor up, you just talk to his receptionist.
All right. Jenna?
Well, yeah, we could just wait outside for the others. We did say we'd be on 149th floor, so we could just wait for them.
That's probably a good idea. I'm not the best at.
Plus, this place is pretty big.
Well, people are kind of put off by me,
I don't want to get lost because no way to communicate, no cell phones in this big old shopping mall. So don't want to put out a lost person.
All right, that is done.
All right, so everybody, just for the sake of the narrative and time, everybody who's in the food court can catch up by the elevator, and you can see Quoin with like 6 ice cream cones that haven't melted, Flitz with pizzas and stuff, Dax with salad, Ricky and Dax with salads. Sitting by the elevator, and the elevator descends, and the doors open up.
Yeah, let's all go up. I got everyone an ice cream cone. I'm having the chicken and waffle one, but there's also vegetarian options as well.
Okay, you
One can have a bite of the calzone. There's a dessert one and a veggie.
You all, the four of you step on the elevator, and you can see the buttons that are pushed out of the wall. Or pushing out of the panel.
Druck.
Druck wouldn't be within range of that. What's the range of that, actually?
120 feet.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Druck and Kenny just said they were going to the 149th floor.
So, yeah,
That's true, yeah.
Let's meet them at the 129th floor.
449th.
What?
449?
149th.
Let's 149th. Let's do it.
Okay. So you press the button and the elevator just rockets upward.
Yeah.
And after like 15 seconds, you get to floor 149. The doors open. You can see Druck and Kenna standing there.
All right, top floor.
Okay. The other two come into the elevator.
This is a cone. You should try it, Druck.
Ooh, which one?
Anyone you want. These two are chicken and waffles on this side, and then there's still 3 veggie up for grabs. Anyone can get them.
Chicken waffle.
Of course.
Kenna's gonna grab.
Ah, my teeth.
They're cold. Kenna's gonna grab.
Drake hasn't had an ice cream cone before. You don't know how to eat it.
Yeah. Kenna's gonna grab the basil pesto one, because Flitz will probably want something else. But you press 150 and the elevator. 2 seconds, just up. Doors open, and you can just hear the sounds of, like, tinkering, like hammers hitting metal. You can smell like ozone smell of like electricity, and you can also just smell smoke. And there's like the set of large wooden doors with big glass circular windows in it that looks into like a reception area.
We have like a little picnic here. We finish eating and then we go in. So we're not like munching in front of his face.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, they did say that he was quite particular. Respect oriented and whatnot.
Alright. Ice cream's
Gonna
good.
nestle down.
The calzones are good. The salads are good. Probably the best food you've had in a very long time. Or not a very long time, but like a while.
It's thank God it's not just food rations.
A few days.
Very much food court food, but like guilty pleasure food court food. Like not good for you. The salads,
Little wilty, little brown.
No, the lettuce, like, it's all good.
Okay.
everything else is just, definitely not good for you. Eventually you can finish your snacks, and if you wish to step into the Starforge, you may.
Yeah.
Alright, ready? Do we have everything? We should have everything.
Yeah, we got our medal that we found that we want to talk to him about.
Yeah.
So Dragon Parts medal. Is there any other things that we want from him?
I mean, we've got these bullet teeth and bullet claws. I mean, it's probably good to just display out all of these things in front, or ask them what could be done with this type of stuff. Because honestly, neither of us know anything. And we're talking to a master.
Just a reminder that we were told that if he does work with dragon parts, that he wants to know just that the dragons were dealt with. Yeah.
Which dragon parts are you bringing in? They were all handled, like, they were. For sure, we know they were bad, right?
Yeah, they're all bad ones.
Okay.
Well,
just
they all
know the
attacked
two.
us
We'll
first.
just lay them out, and I mean,
Yeah.
we'll just
Maybe
go
he has
from
like
there.
some sense about it.
We'll just go about from there. Yeah. All right, and then you all can step into the Starforge. And stepping in.
Walk into the Starforge.
Okay. There's a Dwergar woman behind the counter, super muscular. Hello. How can I help you today?
Hello. We are the Faust and the Furious.
Oh, yes.
Did I say that right? Yes.
Ofuk mentioned that you might be coming at some point in the future.
Oh.
So...
Well, I think we're collecting on that.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a second. And she like waves her hand a little bit. You can see she's casting a spell with a piece of copper wire. Right. Going in through the doors there. She gestures towards a set of double doors made of solid stone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well. Goes back to doing whatever she was doing, and you can go through the set of double doors if you choose.
What is a proper respectful greeting?
Hello.
No, I mean I'm asking the person.
Hello.
I know I
Introduce
want
yourselves, and then just don't be rude. Don't interrupt him specifically. Just be kind and cordial.
Okay.
Respect what he says. He knows what he's talking about. But just be friendly. But don't put on a show. So.
Well, thank you so much for all of
this. Because Flitz made a really big wide smile.
Yeah.
So just be yourselves, unless yourself is abrasive.
Yeah.
Maybe if you don't know how to behave, just maybe talking to someone else.
Fuck. The worst advice ever.
Be nice.
Ricky was doing his best to follow along.
Just don't be rude and don't interrupt him. Respect what he says. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah. It's only going to be a problem if you're extremely rude or whatnot. So. He basically built this whole city, so just, I don't know, go from there.
Your
Respect
hands.
that.
Yeah,
He's
sort
like
of.
one of those billionaires that makes a town. It's just like has a whole town.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You must be important. Most people wait like 6 months or more to talk to him, so.
Wow.
Oh.
But you can go through the double doors. And you step into like a small little office, circular office. The walls are covered in just knickknacks of all sorts, like chests and artifacts and other just a collection of all sorts of things. There's maps all over the walls, and currently like there's a chair behind the desk. This massive desk made of solid gold, and covered across the desk is just, again just more trinkets and odd assortments of knickknacks that don't make sense about belonging together. And there's currently this big ornate stone chair facing away. Its back facing towards you, and it kind of swivels around. And you can see a dwarf, completely bald, hairless, no eyebrows, no beard, no hair, very pale, pure white eyes, and he's covered in like tattoos of like smithing blueprints, and like head to toe covered in tattoos, and just sits there and goes, "Welcome, you must be the Faust and the Furious, yes?"
That is us.
It's nice to meet you. I am Hazar.
I'm Ricky.
Flitz. Tumblepots.
He looks at each of you. He looks at every one of you waiting for something. Like, okay, and then turns to somebody else.
I am Quoin Harting.
Kenna Peshan.
Dax.
Drug.
Nice to meet you all. So what brings you here today? And he rests his arms on the table.
We are friends with Ofak.
Ah, yes. Oh, fuck. How is he?
As far as I know, he's doing well. He had communicated with us somewhat recently. He crafted me this.
Reaches his hands out, and then basically like, "May I see it?"
Oh, of course. Yes. I am told there's nothing like this really too many places, and I thought maybe you would like to see it.
Looks
We've also come with this. Shows them the writhing metal.
Oh, okay. He looks at the sword. He's like, "This is very good craftsmanship." And hands it back.
Thank you.
Sees the ore and he's like, "Oh, how did you all come across moonrot?" It's a trial to harvest it and mine it. So I'm very curious on how you all did so.
We are you not supposed to touch it with your hands?
No, most people who touch it with their bare hand suffer excruciating pain, and there are stories of people dying when touching it. So it's rare that it comes through my shop.
Is it rare if I've got 2 of them?
Very much so.
Well, might as well add mine to that.
Do you have any more?
Dax, you have some too. A quick reminder.
Dax.
Yeah, Dax just like kind of quietly pulls out.
Interesting. Like I said, it rarely comes through here as a trial to mine it itself. Many people have driven mad mining it. Many people die mining it. Interesting. And I believe what are you seeking then with this?
If I may, we were told that you had a certain level of knowledge associated with creatures and their uses in weapons and armor, and we have been collecting quite a bit.
Specifically dragons.
Yes.
I used to make weapons and armor for an order of knights that used weapons and armor hewn from dragon. But the order died out.
I might as well just lay them out here.
And he'll lay out the items. And Justin, if you want a refresher on what we have, I can.
Yeah, I got the notes here for me.
Okay.
Alright, so you have some scales, dragon wing, some teeth, claws. He stands up and he walks over, and you can see he's mutters something in Draconic, just basically a spell.
Oh, okay. Because I know Draconic.
I know. It's just a yeah. These came from a young red dragon known as Conflagradan. Interesting. One of the remnants of the 5 scale, so I will have no issues making weapons out of this dragon. Look at the scales. With the scales, I could make red dragon scale mail. With the wing, I could make a dragon wing bow. With the teeth and claws, I could make a dragon slayer longsword. That's basically what I can do with what you've brought me.
We also have black dragon scales. Black dragon scales.
It would be
horn and bones.
The horn is a little ruined. Was the dragon that you harvested these from diseased in any sort of way?
Actually, yes.
Okay,
yes.
So unfortunately, I won't be able to make anything out of these. You could sell them for for a lot of money to a collector, which I am. So I could buy these off of you, but I can't make anything off of them.
Well, I don't want to speak for the whole group, but it does seem like some of us are hurting in regards to defensive capabilities.
Well, like I said, with what you've brought me, that's what I can make. Scale mail, a dragon wing bow, or a dragon slayer short sword, or all 3.
Oh, so it's like a... Okay.
Yeah, based on what you harvested, that's what you can make out of these. I could attempt to use these black dragon scales to make another set of scale mail, but yeah.
I mean, scale mail is kind of useless to most of us anyway because
I'm telling you what you harvested and what you can get. I'm just telling you what you can make, what you
no,
harvested.
No. I'm with you, man. I'm just trying to figure out what we can do.
Wouldn't you just make it and have a nice little collection? Something to show for what you did? Except, fine work by Mr. Hazar here. Man, just to have those.
I will say, the ore you brought is far more valuable than the dragon parts you brought, and what I can make from the ore is far more useful and valuable than the dragon parts.
I was going to ask if there was something if what you would make with the ore. Yeah, keep going. You've tantalized us.
The ore, I can make 2 weapons, a piece of armor and a shield, or 1 weapon and a shield. Now, making things with this material, the weapons and armor tend to have innate magical properties. So I tend not to I don't make these things unless I fully trust the people who I will be arming with said items. Generally I ask people to do a little task for me to see if they're not going to use these for dark purposes.
Well, I follow the light of Bahamut, so I will freely take your test to see if I am worthy of such gifts.
Alright. Anybody else? If you want anything specific, just let me know and I can do what I can with what you've brought me. Like I said, unfortunately, these are the scales of a young red dragon, so if it was a larger dragon, I could make more, but since it was a young dragon, I can make what I said.
I don't know who was carrying them. I know I wasn't.
You have all that. You had all that stuff on your person, and it was also in the chest of preserving. So like what I have it written down, what you guys harvested: red dragon scales. Kenna had the blood that they made 2 potions of fire breath with, the dragon wing that was harvested, because I wrote all that when you harvested it, and then the teeth and claws.
Yeah, I thought we sold the red dragon scales. Like all of the red dragon stuff was gone.
Oh, then he would not have said any of that because you don't have any red dragon stuff. Then if you think you've sold it, then you've sold it. So
I mean I didn't have it. So unless someone else took it.
Okay, then you guys don't have any dragon stuff then. No red dragon stuff then, because no one's keeping track of it apparently.
Green dragon breath gland then. I mean I was keeping track of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Great.
Nothing then.
So I will accept your challenge for the worthiness of making. I could not even fathom not having Ofuk's sword.
Well,
so,
you see, the weapon that Ofuk made you, strangely, is far better than anything these metal sculptures. I feel like your weapon's been blessed by some outside source.
We bask in the glory of Bahamut. I would.
Well, it's good to meet someone else who worships a dragon god. So.
Someone else who worships a dragon god?
Yes, there's many.
Ah,
I follow Aegis the twin dragon. So.
I had heard about Aegis earlier.
Yes. One of the original pantheon, but was slain, unfortunately.
Yes, I accept your challenge.
All right. Does anybody else seek anything made from these ore? I can do armor, weapons, a shield.
A weapon would be interesting, and Dax just kind of like like taps the hilt of like the Titan's Tooth Claymore, it could be a very nice pairing with this. I'd also accept the challenge of Quoin.
Alright, so a weapon will take 2 days to make. This ore is very easy to make things with, because it's nearly liquid already. A weapon is 20,000 gold, because this ore is very dangerous to work with. But if we do this task, I can cut that price in half to 10,000. And then it looks like Quoin, what were you seeking out of this? I can make any medium armor or heavy armor with this material.
I have found that actually a lighter armor is something that is more true to who I am.
I can also make a shield if you'd like a shield.
That is perhaps what I was seeking. I love this shield because it is representative of my faith of Bahamut. But I want to, if you could, maybe keep that aesthetic in mind.
It depends on how the material feels.
Interesting.
It's sort of psychic.
Oh, that is incredible. Thank you. I will.
A shield would take the same amount of time as the weapon, and it would be 12,000 gold.
Okay.
You would only have to pay upon completion of said item.
Right. Okay. That sounds good. Yes, thank you. I will. Okay. What is the challenge?
Well, it looks to everybody else. Does anybody else want anything, or will you go on with your friends to accept said challenge?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course.
All right.
Keep him true.
Follow me then. And he stands up and leads you to an adjacent chamber. This chamber is filled with more shelves of various treasures and artifacts, and approaches a large chest made of solid gold and platinum, and opens it up and produces a tuning fork. An old ally of mine, a member of said order that I mentioned earlier, has been forgotten for eons. Not eons, that's a very long time. Has been forgotten for ages, and was imprisoned long ago after being betrayed by one of our own in the order. Taken by creatures that this betrayer made a deal with. I promised that one day I would free them, but in my old age I have grown unfit for sort of a mission. Break my ally out of their imprisonment, and I shall make what you seek and cut you a deal. I will also fashion what I can out of these black dragon parts you've brought me. I'll have to reinforce it with stuff in my own collection, but that should be doable. And we'll say,
where are we going?
If you do free my ally, we'll consider that the cost paid.
Oh.
You're going to a place called Carcery.
Right, Carcery. Okay.
It is a plane of existence known as the prison plane. Sort of a dangerous dimension. You'll be going to a lair called Minithis. Think of this as a prison break.
Round 2.
And it's not breaking into a prison, but the prison. A sort of prison that all sort of prisons that we see now are based on, even though nobody knows it. The lair I'll be sending you is Minithis. It's a sort of desert, cold, windy, winds blowing a constant yellow dust. It will affect your vision, and unprotected people will choke on the dust, and sometimes the sand can flay your skin to the bones if you're not wearing the proper protection. Your armor, unfortunately, will get punctured if it's not got something over top of it. So, also out of the chest, he pulls out a bunch of goggles, that'll protect your eyes, and pulls out these thick, like, dune-style cloaks. This material will protect you from the sands. Just wear them on top of your armor and whatnot, if you want your armor coming back in one piece. The clouds of that place are very poisonous, so avoid them at all costs. And every 10 days or so, they say the deserts are beset by tornadoes. But like I said, it is a prison plane. The only issue is that only a wish spell can get people out of the prison. However, I've heard stories of secret ways out of the plane which are well hidden and well guarded. So once you're there and you find my ally, I hope you can find a place to get out. It's a lot to ask. Most people refuse, which means you may be the first that I've ever used moon rot for, so it is up to you. I will not send you if you do not wish to go, but that is my price.
I want to go, but I will only go if we all agree to go together. Everybody, it would be good if everyone got to vote.
I'm in.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Flitz, okay, thumbs up.
Where to go?
Alright, cool. Looking good in those goggles. And,
Thanks, I can barely see.
And Druck?
Hasn't been here for like 10 minutes.
Okay. Going to assume that it's a go-go.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I will not be coming with you. Like I said, unfit for that sort of thing nowadays. All right. Like I said, this place could be terrifying. Yeah, skin-flaying sand. What I know of the place is very limited, but there are some notable places: the Mausoleum of Pain, the Rack of Injustice, Trickster's Delight, and the Sam Tombs of Peyrathion. So, you know, nice sounding places if you do decide to make your way that way. So, yeah. So, everyone hold hands then.
Oh, right now, okay.
If it helps, have any of you traveled to another plane of existence before?
Mm-mm.
Alright, well, gravity here should be normal, time passes normally here. Only divine beings can morph the plane, so you should be fine.
All of those things are concerns?
Yes, sometimes the plane's time passes differently. You could be gone for a day, but a year could pass outside.
Oh.
Yeah. But, I'll be sending you into the depth of Menithis, of Carcerai, to one of the prisons. That's all the information I have. Okay, one last chance to back out.
Dax is gonna give Ricky like a reassuring like hand squeeze, like a parent would do to like their kid, just like, it's okay, bud.
Okay. Azar takes the tuning fork and hits it off something, and it makes a ringing noise. And as it does, he casts plane shift on all of you, and you all appear in a vast yellow desert. Just sand in all directions. It's blowing, but because of your cloaks and goggles, you're fine. The weird thing is in this sky, you can see numerous floating orbs of an orange color that just float in the sky, causing an also like a reddish kind of sky. And all around you, you can hear distant screams carried on the wind. This like shredding, flaying wind. And as you all get plane shifted to the plane of Carcerai, also known as the Tartarian Depths, or Tartarus. That's where we're going to end the session for the week. Oh, and before you go, he says, watch out for demons.
Oh, fuck!
But that's it, everybody. So those of you who are here for next week's spooky Halloween session will be hanging out in Abyssal Prison, basically. So, yeah. But you got the promise that when you come back, he'll make you stuff for free. The Moonrot stuff and what he can do with the dragon stuff that you have. So, yeah.